So welcome to Vampire the Masquerade in Iron, New York. As I said, session number 3. There are a few updates that we're going to go through. First of all, which is thanks to some, like, I don't know, really OCD Malkavian or something, our
Shut the f-
Discord is like all like shiny and shit, and like not old manned anymore. Like I tried to un-old man it, but it got extra un-old manded by some red-headed crazy person. I don't know, who may or may not be like sat right there on camera. So thank you very much for that. It means a lot. It means that there is now, in theory, a place for the kind to go and play and talk while they watch, or watch future recordings. If in doubt, annoy the crap out of her to go and find out the details of how to get an invite or whatever else, because she's now an admin because I'm lazy and I'm old. So there we go. I
I'm
went
also
full boomer energy and made the younger generation do it. So
That's fine. That's fine by me.
so there we go. Second update for the audience is also thanks to many people. There's quite a few people, especially herself, who sat there with the red hair, who have been responsible for pushing the Rockwell Skilder We're Wales Kickstarter onwards and upwards to, last I checked, 57%. So genuinely, thank you. What this eventually means is, should it be successfully funded, I can throw in inordinate amounts of money at artists to, frankly, drown you all in enough hot art done by Matt, potentially others, to make you all equally fall in love with Layla and everyone else who is running around in our delightful world, and keep things moving and get a 300-page plus, possibly, monstrous book all about Iron New York going. What's the oops?
I said
Dear ass,
dibs.
what's the oops? Oh, dibs. I thought you said oops.
Can I
Like,
get a hell all
I
that?
said
Damn.
dibs. Nah, one way or another,
yeah,
Iron New York's getting funded, bro. Like, don't
we'll
come to
certainly
me.
get
It's get nah. There's no try. There is no do or. there-
do
We're
that,
doing
do
it.
that.
No,
No
we're doing
try.
it. We're doing it. There
Okay.
ain't even no do not.
Cool.
We're doing it. Anywho.
Okay. Well, thank you very much to those of our audience who are listening who have participated and contributed and committed their money. I hope it funds, mostly because I want your money. To be honest, so I can throw it at artists. Like none of that money will ever actually touch my hands. It's going to basically just be wadded up in a giant ball, thrown at Matt Hoodraw's head, and when he recovers from the concussion, hopefully he'll just produce an absolute shit ton of art. And because, again, our ginger-haired Malkavian is a terrible influence, I am now considering things like tarot cards, stickers, and other hot gubbins, potentially for rewards for that Kickstarter. Nothing yet, but we'll wait and see. Physical rewards are always a bit tricky because of international shipping and tariffs and evil and apocalyptic tidal waves and other such things. So we will have to wait and see how that goes. But closer to the time, we'll figure it out. But again, thank you. Okay,
You're welcome.
basic administrative shenanigans done. Bit of a recap then for you all. In Iron New York is Nathan and Clarabelle have made their way into New York in various stages of breakdown, whether it be physical or automotive, had themselves restored to some semblance of mobility. And in Nathan's case, finally managed to find a really good parking spot just across the river from Manhattan, looking out at it, ready for every sun set and ready to flee back to with every sun down, along with his lovely driver and ever tolerant blood bag, who Nathan's also been clued in on some shenanigans afoot about who might know things about where his daughter was spotted or what was spotted exactly, and the person with her. More specifically, Layla and potentially other members of the Elysium have pointed out that they know some information and they are willing to trade for some jobs at hand, more specifically to go and potentially retrieve the presence of one Toreador Primogen-style person, Monica, to appear at Conventus, the meeting nightly, but more importantly, every now and again there's a large portion of the senior membership there to represent Clan Toreador in its current enterprise in the city, since the Camarilla were kind of banished for, not obeying the Iron Laws. Also, there was some interesting leads by way of symbology, perpetrated by a certain spirit entity who haunts Fair Clarabelle. And that has led to some better searching and investigative work by our dear detective, which has led him to a current display of statuary from Europe in the museum in New York, just across the road from Central Park. And the idea that there may be further clues there to what is going on in his unlife and his seeming endless search for his sire and his daughter. In Clarabelle's case, during some downtime, which if you're enterprising chat you may find access to, or if you're on the Discord, our delightful Clarabelle attended Elysium and made real good friends with the shiny golden boy that she met previously, and she seemed entranced by. She, in fact, specifically tried hunting him down, but couldn't find him, and then kind of gave up. At which point he found her, because when you're hunting someone, you've got to beware of being hunted. And she, how do we put this, allowed him to get a free sample.
Not like
he
that.
He fed upon her, and let's put it this way, while she says not like that, it sure as hell felt like that.
But it wasn't like that. I have to be very clear to chat.
Mm.
They're dirty-minded. It was not like that. She made a deal. He got a snack. That was it.
That man got balls. That's all I know.
All he did was lean you over in the middle of Elysium in a giant sofa, sort of sunken conversation pit, chomp on down in your neck, and give you the gigantic capital letter. That's a whole thing, which you don't really remember very clearly because you were kind of distracted at the time. But hey, afterwards you felt kind of wishy-washy and a bit woozy, and since then there has been some exchange text conversation with Darling Adego, your sponsor in this strange new world that is opening up before you, because remember, you're just some random human with a weird skin condition that is super photosensitive, and you have an iron deficiency, and I got a doctor, I got meds, I just have to sleep in the basement of my brand new shop on Manhattan that sells witchy stuff. That's not weird, right?
Not at all.
No, not even slightly. But you are feeling ever more hungry, to the point of shaking and weaking, and you have been tempted potentially to attend Elysium once more on the offer of some nourishment by your ever so lovely and totally not nefarious sponsor, as it were, that is Dago. And I think that is a fair summary. Anything the players feel like they want to bring up at this moment in time, or questions you want to clarify?
I'm good.
Uh-huh. Bet you are. And Nathan?
Just trying to think of what my course of actions are gonna be here. I got a lot. Oh, Christ, do I got a lot?
Yeah, you've got a lot on your plate, and the trick is to commit to the bit and find a thing. So, we are going to kick off with Nathan, because you have, I believe, one unspent night of downtime.
Unless if we're doing a full 7 days. I mean, I only went like halfway through the 6th night, so.
Yeah. We went through 7, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, we went
I'm
through the
gonna
full 7.
full 7.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
you have, let's say, at least one more night before we circle back to Clarabelle. So in that evening, that time to yourself with your fell assistant who keeps calling you boss despite your best efforts because he knows it annoys you and keeps you focused. What do you want to do, Nathan, about the situation you find yourself in?
Where are we at? All right. So
You're at your
I'm at
RV,
my
you've
RV.
woken up,
And
you've spent your blood point. What's gonna happen?
well, I take my donation because Andrew's all about self-care because I preach it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks at me, well, maybe. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to get an image in my head so I can go with this. And then okay, so probably ought to be good to Google her, huh, Andrew?
I am not sure what you just said. It might just be the Scotsman in me, but that was too much accent for me.
Damn, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. There is a huge ocean of divide between our accents. It's perfectly reasonable. Go for it again
That
if
is
you would.
true. Okay, so I look at Andrew, and Nathan looks at Andrew, and he's sitting there staring at his little notepad that he has, things written down, and information that he has. He's trying to think of the best way to get in touch with Monica. And he's kind of bouncing ideas off of him. So we could just Google her and see if we can get an appointment with her. I mean, what's the
boss,
worst that could
that's
happen?
like literally that you're reading my mind here. Like that would be probably sensible. Andrew says, like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if it was a mega corporation the size of, I don't know, like some kind of billionaire's international business, submitting one might be a bit pointless. But hey, if it's just a little art gallery, you know, maybe it'll work.
Oh, the gallery, yeah.
Yeah.
A very upscale area, and I'm just thinking because of the status that she holds, that this probably would be best, considering, respectable.
It's always polite to have an appointment, boss. It's unless you're kicking down their door, to like kidnap them and stuff. But we would never do that, boss.
Well, no,
No, we would
no,
never
no,
do that.
no. You're the one who brought the joke up, Buttercup.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like we would never do that, boss. Would we, boss?
Well, I wouldn't.
Like,
I can't.
right? Well, yeah. But I'm asking you, do you like? Okay, I'm gonna dispense with the subtlety, boss. Do you want me to yoink into the back of a car and go, or?
I don't know. Not yet. No.
Okay,
I'm not going to comment on that.
You make a choice, and
He
I'll do
winks
it.
at implausible deniability.
I am not your plausible deniability, boss. And at this point, he rolls out of a cooler next to him a massive pile of enchiladas.
Where
It's
the
like,
fuck do you keep getting these from? Doesn't
and
your stomach hurt?
He bites into one. He's like, listen, boss.
Chew your food.
A guy's gotta eat, and the food trucks here are amazing. Like like they're just so good. I just can't stop. And I gotta keep my iron levels up, so it's like beef, and lots of broccoli and greens and spinach and stuff. And extra hot sauce because it's like got antioxidants.
If I took a bite of that, it'd be antioxidants.
Andrew stares at you deadpan, carefully turns his chair at the notepad and writes that down and goes, boss, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you be deliberately funny. I'm gonna need a minute here. Oh man, that's like wow. So I could say that to other Nos and they wouldn't get offended, right?
You might get eaten.
Okay. So I
I'm
won't say it
just
when you're
saying.
okay. Get you in trouble, boss. Yeah, cool.
Don't
So
me in
what's the
trouble.
plan, boss?
That's kind of
Do
hey.
you want to? Do you want to open up our website on your fancy schmancy computer schnuff?
Sure. Let's see what we got.
Like hardware there that like
Google.
the 6 screens and the like DOS glowing green code and shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought that
for you know the
Tumblr
difficult stuff.
For Tumblr
Tumblr,
and 4chan.
Etsy.
Well, no, that makes sense. Right. So, boss, you gonna do some like googling or shit or what?
Yeah, I can actually like Google that.
Okay. You
Could.
easily find La Galleria's website. It is in fact remarkably easy to search because of geolocation.
Okay. She lives there, correct? That's what I was told.
You were told the Toreador as a whole, the clan, live
Oh.
in that building.
Oh.
The
Oh.
yeah, the remains of the Toreador
Mm.
who are no longer strictly aligned with the Camarilla, but do not have the predatory feeding styles that got the Camarilla roundly chased out of town or executed. Those
Mm.
Toreador remain in the city in the large, humongous 5-story tall above the gallery brownstone and red brick style building. It's quite a large gallery, and with the extra stories on top, plus the
He,
suspiciously gothic roof space, you're pretty sure that could play host to quite a large quantity of individuals.
so you want me, a guy who commonly lives like 30 feet underground in sewers and shit like that, when he's not traveling around in an RV, to go into a skyscraper that's controlled by the entire Toreador clan to seek out. Holy fuck. Okay.
What, you talking to yourself again? I don't know. Like you should probably like talk to that Clarabelle. She seems to do a lot of the talking to herself stuff too. Yeah. Or is this you just like stress monologuing like Dick Tracy again?
Dick Tracy.
Okay. Okay. I'll find a yellow hat for you, sir.
Make it brown and we got a deal. It can have a yellow bow on it though. Uh,
Okay.
anyway.
So what do you want to do, boss? Do you want to like drop her an email off that? I mean, there's the
I thought I
contact
was
number.
talking to Andrew the whole time.
You are. Yeah, yeah. He is brutally slagging you off while chewing on enchiladas.
Okay.
This has turned into a buddy cop stakeout movie. Very, very quick.
You got a pile of enchiladas, and I got a notebook and 6 screens and a dream. Yeah, alright, so, okay. I go over to residences to find her. And
Okay. You find her listed under the staff pages as the owner
oh,
of Legal.
Jesus. Okay.
And the picture on her staff profile is the exact same one that you have that was handed to you by Layla in Elysium. It is
Oh.
identical.
So, well, kidnapping's definitely out of the question, even if that were the case. Unless you're Batman. Are you Batman?
Andrew sort of side eyes you and go, "No, boss, that's your shtick." Like, I'm Nathan.
I kind of fancied more the Judge Dredd type, but I'll take Batman. That's a compliment. I wish I had the suit. It'd be nice.
Boss,
They could do what they did in the second
nickname,
movie.
his literal nickname is the Detective. How did you not see that, boss? Come on, boss.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, yes, that's fair. That's a good
So
point.
what's your next step? You're gonna hit the contact us buttons or phone?
Yeah, Nathan just kind of just actually grins at him for once and just starts going through and taking down the information, and he's gonna contact, and he says he's just like, now what the fuck should I do to get into an appointment? Me, a nobody.
I think it's called money, boss.
Yeah, how much of that do we got?
I would like to buy some art, please. I needs to go in my expensive RV. Stop. Here is my expensive RV. Stop. I am to richness.
This thing is a statement, isn't it?
No, boss, not at all. The fact that it's 3 times as large as everyone else's RV in the center of New York City, definitely not a statement, boss. No, no. The fact that a car comes out the back of this car, like it's giving birth, that's a statement.
Okay, so maybe I'm the one who you're. Hey,
Sorry,
all right.
I've
You
had a
had
lot of sugar today.
you had the blank check, but hey, it's all right. It's fine. Anyways, yeah. So I was gonna call this. Unless you want to call her, I'll call her, and make the thing.
I
You know what?
I think someone's limo driver calling an art gallery is a bit weird, boss. I think you should call.
You're not just a limo driver. And that's how
I
you
am.
want me to start calling you.
No.
Like,
Boss,
you know.
when it comes to talking to big scary people, I think I'm the limo driver. Okay.
Big scary people. Yeah. Let the ugly guy do it. This is gonna be fun.
Yep, pretty much,
Let
boss.
the
Pretty much.
visually scary person talk to the statually scary.
You
All right.
you are not on a video call. It's just a phone call, man.
Okay, so what kind of art do we want? Just shits and giggles.
Something from someone's blue period. I hear that's like a whole thing.
Blue period.
Ooh. What kind of art? Check what art they actually have. That's probably a good shit, boss.
Okay, so I look it up. I go to this. I go to. Is there like? Yeah, I go to displays.
Yeah. All of their current art is hung or stood glasswork.
Ooh.
All of it hand blown glass.
Ooh.
Which you, as the being you are, know is big scary time for most kindred. So the fact that they are displaying it is either a massive display of confidence on the part of the artists who may or may not be kindred themselves, or a incredibly good camouflage, because no one would think of looking in the place where they put glass after it's been, blown through from molten state. So,
But Kindred made that. I mean, we could look into see if there's some actual Kindred blown glass there.
I doubt they sort of like have that on the plaque, boss, but that's probably something you could see if you went in. Like you could
maybe sort of a kind of
because like
add on.
Artists tend to be like arrogant thugs, so
yeah, you have a point. Okay, well, what do you think? Phone call or email? Phone call.
I'd say phone call, boss, because like,
Phone
what
call.
if they're as bad as like some of the others we've met with email? You know.
You mean like BlackRock? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, like the one finger typing level of bad.
Okay,
So,
you got a point there. All right, phone call. I'll do the phone call.
Yeah, you have a thing. So I'm gonna pause you there for a second.
Yeah.
To have a think about what you're gonna say on the phone shortly, because we're gonna turn that into a phone call.
Okay.
And spin back to Clar.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. So, Clarabelle,
Yes.
this is a night hence, but when you awake that evening, some time having already passed between what Nathan is currently going through and we shall flash back to shortly.
Mhm.
What does Clarabelle do when she awakes that evening?
Damn. Well, first off, she's gonna try to hold her shit together. I think I said in the play-by-post she'd lock the door before she went to bed, so Doctor didn't get to come in to do a blood transfusion.
Mhm.
So she's down another blood point. That's lovely. Now
Yeah,
she's at
please do.
3.
Mm,
And so I guess she's trying to collect herself the best that she can. Grab her phone, try to check what time it is.
Okay. What I would love for you to do
Oh God, here we
is
go.
to make a willpower roll or a self-control roll, whichever of you're choosing. Willpower being just your strength of will holding yourself together, or if it's your self-control, it is specifically about mastering your instincts. There is denying them with willpower, or there is mastering them with self-control. Pick either or, and the difficulty is 8.
Oh my God. Um,
You can choose which you want to do. Deny your instincts or master them. And in the rolling bin it goes at difficulty 8.
you said self-control or what? Willpower?
Self-control or willpower, yeah. And a reminder, you can spend a willpower point for an automatic success. And the syntax for that when you put in your
Okay.
rolling is you put your pool in, you put your difficulty, you click on more, and then you just click willpower and type true.
You said 8 for whatchamacallit? 8.
Difficulty is 8, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, self-control it is, so 5. Please. Please. Oh!
Ooh, oh no! Oh, so can people in the stream see that? I don't know if are they able to. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So as Clarabelle wakes,
This is why I'm locked in the room.
yeah, this gnawing, aching, vital hunger claws and slithers its way up your throat. You feel your mouth ache with it, and it's like you can it in your head. It's like being at the dentist, sat in that chair, locked in place level of trauma, because you can feel this weird grinding sensation in your teeth. It's strange, and your eyes sort of unfocus, but suddenly you're seeing things really clearly, and you just. What's your auspex again? How high is that?
I believe it's 2.
I'd love it if you could make a perception plus auspex plus alertness roll at difficulty 5.
Hold up, one more time?
Perception
Okay.
plus your auspex rating, which is 2, plus alertness at difficulty, I think I said 5
2,
or 6.
4, 7. Okay, that's 7. Okay, hold on. That was just a lot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We take our time, we get it right.
Difficulty who?
Difficulty 6. Because there's a door between you and what you're sensing.
5 successes.
So, in your heightened state, your sharp, hungry nose smells something coppery, smells something that makes you almost want to salivate beyond the door. It's faint tendrils of stench writhing up from the cracks at the edge of that really strong steel door that you've locked from the inside, working its way to you, and it smells heavenly and familiar at the same time. And with that many successes, you can smell that it is the doctor's blood itself. You can, but it's not fresh. It's easily a few hours old, but it's still there. But you're not quite in a frenzy here, but you are very, very close.
Okay, this is like a very stressful situation for her.
Yes, it is. Would you like to make your fugue roll then, please? Since you just said the word stressful situation.
Yeah, that's why I said it. That's
Okay.
willpower, right?
Yeah, yep, it is. And I'm trying to remember the difficulty of resisting your fugue, but I don't have it to hand. 2 seconds. I should have probably put this in easier to find location. We didn't shortcut it in your pins, did we?
I don't think so, because I've only ever had to roll it once.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine being prepared and smart. Haha.
Hold on. Hold on. I think. Hold on. Because that was the very first roll, so that one's Nate. Wait, that one's. Hold on. I gotta get away from.
Aha!
You know.
I found it.
Well, good. What was it?
Difficulty 8.
Oh God, I'm gonna
Difficulty.
fail.
Bear in mind, you can spend a willpower point.
I know,
to
bitch. I still failed.
Well, apparently you are. It's not a botch, but you fail.
Okay.
You have one of those fade to black moments that fill you with a strange sense of foreboding. And as you drift into the darkness, it's very strange because you can see almost like a reflection, like looking in a mirror, pass by and through you, heading the other way. And you can hear the web all around you like a gentle cocoon vibrating, and off in the distance, those ever watchful, glowing golden eyes. And then we're going to switch back to Nathan and leave you in horrifying suspense.
Did you do that?
So, because I'm an asshole,
At least you
it's
admit
my
it.
job. So Nathan, you've got a lovely phone call to have with the receptionist at La Galleria, who answers. 2 seconds while I figure this out. La Galleria, how can I help you?
Hi, this is greetings. This is Nathan Young. I'm about to inquiring to see if there's a way to get in with what's her last name? Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. No. Out of character. I can't remember Monica's last name.
All right. Because you weren't told it.
Oh.
But conveniently, there's a
It was
website.
on Google.
Yeah, that you're literally staring at on one of your 6 monitors with her
Okay, what's it
contact
say?
information.
What's it say?
It actually doesn't have a surname listed. It is literally just Monica. So you assume phoning a gallery that is owned by somebody called Monica and asking to speak to Monica is probably.
Okay. I would like to see if I could get in with Mrs. Monica to inquire about possibly any purchasable pieces from the gallery.
If you'd like a purchasing appointment, they're available from 11 p.m. through to 2 a.m. There is a surcharge of $750 for the booking. But that is refundable against the price of any piece that you purchase. against the tax and registration fees.
Okay. That'd be fine.
Okay. Could I get your email address, please?
I'll try to think of one real quick. I haven't made one for him.
You can just say here's my email address.
Yeah, here's my email address. Sherlock.
Thank you, sir.
Google.com.
Buttholesurfer69.com. Okay, email address. Very, very strange. But original. I'll give you that. So I have an opening for you at let's see here, midnight, tomorrow night, if you'd like that. Should I put you down for tomorrow night? Yeah.
That could do fine.
Fantastic. Could I get your card details, please?
Wait, did you say card details?
Card
Like as in...
details, like your credit card.
Oh, you want to check credit limit. All right.
No, I need to take the money, the deposit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Here you go.
Can I just ask, sir, is
I'm
your
not used to using the card. It's just...
Yeah, your assistant finished for the day, didn't she, sir? I can tell. It's okay. Look, I'll look after you. It's all right. You just read out those lovely long card numbers. It's the 12 numbers on the front, and then the little, 6 digits at the bottom, and then the 3 digits on the back, and we'll be all good.
Yeah, loving the sass, by the way. Nathan does that. He flips it over. He's nice about it.
Thank you very much, sir. It's always a pleasure to help those who are a little bit unused to modern day. Don't worry about it. Now, would you like the canapes, champagne, or the fresh ox tongue for when you arrive?
My assistant will be accompanying me on this one.
Yeah. And
so
which
there will
entree would you like?
He looks at Andrew and lists off what happened.
Andrew is vigorously shrugging while holding enchiladas. He's like, I don't know.
Oh, all right. Give him the ox tongue.
Oh, the ox tongue. That's a very, very good choice. It's popular with all of the family. And she, at that point, hangs up. I would love it if you could make an intelligence plus streetwise roll at difficulty, unfortunately, difficulty 9. Because this is really hard to figure out, but you could. It is possible.
Oh, shit. I think
So, intelligence plus streetwise in the rolling.
I'm trying it. There it is. Intelligence plus streetwise. Okay.
Difficulty 9, and you can spend a willpower. If you want to spend a willpower at the end of doing the doobity-doos that put in your pool and your difficulty, click the option for willpower and type in true, and it will give you an automatic success, and you will need to have burned a willpower, so you'll need to record that you have spent one. And for those playing along home, who are used to version 5 in V20, which is the version of Vampire the Masquerade we are playing, when you spend a temporary point of willpower, it depletes your willpower down piece by piece until you lose all self-control. So, not that I'm trying to get them to do this at all.
Oh. Oh. Fuck it. I got a 5 dice pool. I can do it.
You can do it. I believe in you. Andrew believes in... Well, he believes in food trucks. That's what he believes in.
Andrew would be right there. Nathan would be right there with him if it was able to. He can't.
Yep.
said 9 on the difficulty.
Yep.
All right. YOLO.
Oh! Oh no! Oh,
Crit
that's bad.
fail.
And that's
Oh
what
my
willpower is
God.
there to prevent. Yeah. So for those in our studio audience, if you spend a willpower in V20 to buy a success, it prevents botches from happening. It's one of the best things about them. Unfortunately, we are late in the day for that. So you're sitting there going, I have no idea what the fuck that was about. You don't know whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether you've shafted it, you have no idea, but it definitely felt like it was something.
Those were code words. Fuck. Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's
I'm
an
only
interesting
half
thought, isn't
stupid
it?
on the
Well,
on the weekends. What day is it? Oh shit.
yep, yeah. Unfortunately, it is a weekend. So you have made your booking. What do you wish to do with the rest of your night?
Oh shit. Well, with that realization in play, I think I fucked up, Andrew. So we'll see what happens.
So,
Shit.
what do you do for the rest of the night?
Profile, I guess.
Profile what?
Well, I make a profile on Monica because now I
Ah,
have more information to go, and then I make a profile on Terrence McManus because I know he's the leader of this whole spiel.
fair play. You continue
Because I
compiling.
was warned about them, and then I don't know nothing about Face, so I can't make a profile on him yet.
I'd be very surprised if you could assemble a profile on the leader of the Nosferatu in New York City. I'd be very, very, very
I'm a
impressed.
good. If I could do that.
Yeah, a little bit. Right. Okie dokie.
Shit.
So
Well,
we are going to let you spend the rest of your night assembling profiles on people and things. Now, specifically, and this is an interesting mechanic I usually like to drop into campaigns. If you are a researchy type person, what I am willing to do is when you do research on people, if you want to make it that you roll to see how much you find out, I'm willing for it to then provide you circumstance bonuses to future rolls based on that individual or situation, depending on the context. So if you would like to, I'd be quite happy for you to spend the rest of that evening in deep dive research on Monica, building up a profile so you know what to say or what not to say, perhaps, when you see her. Do you want to?
a lingo like thing.
What, sorry?
I'm sorry, say that again? Like,
Do you want to spend the rest of the evening in research building this profile, have a roll, and if you succeed on it, it may provide you bonuses in future interactions with Monica?
oh, yeah, no, yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Try to
In which
get
case,
how to better be etiquette with her.
yeah. That would be an intelligence plus investigation roll at
Okay.
difficulty.
Oh, what? Cut out. Shit.
At
Hold
difficulty
on.
8.
At difficulty 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Intelligence plus investigation.
Yes.
Okie dokie. One second. Looking. 3, that's a 6. Okay. Rip. I got 1
Well,
success.
wow.
Wow. These bots hate me.
I mean, yeah, apparently. So you build a profile, but something you do figure out, right? Even though you got 0 successes, because you are a professional detective, it is literally your job, right? One of the things you do notice is that everything you can get access to is very specifically tailored to make this incredibly kind image of her. Yeah, so very human. There's no, from your investigative work, you do not find any weird dead ends or mismatched birth certificates. Her profile as a person, as a legit human being, is spotlessly clean. Yeah.
So yeah,
There's
so
plenty.
they had that put together well.
Yeah. They have done a very good job putting together her public, open to investigation kind of profile, online and otherwise.
Okay.
We're now going to flip back to Clarabelle.
Okie doke.
Clarabelle, I will
Yes.
so Clarabelle.
Okay.
The only reason I ask is because the stream camera disappeared and I wasn't sure if I'm being weird or old.
No, I
It
turned
was-
it off
yeah.
for a second because my kid came in the room. So
All cool. All cool. I just was worried I had old
No.
manned the controls.
no. I have a kid in my lap, and I don't want my kids on the internet. So
Nope. Very
take that
wise.
picture.
Very wise. Very smart decision. So, rock and roll. So, moving on. You have fallen, or at least in your mind's eye, you
Mhm.
have fallen within the confines of the web. It is a strange, weightless existence. It is songs like played on a harp, but with reverb turned up to max. It echoes backwards and forwards. There are colors. There are almost sounds that become shapes and images ricocheting around in the dark.
Okay,
What
so
would you like to do?
honestly, this is like the 3rd time since being in New York it's happened. She's not quite sure. All she knows is like at this moment it's kind of like an emotional shutdown to her. So her whatever the hell's going on in the real life, she doesn't know. But something's sticking out because you described it the same way you did when she was in the elevator with what's his name. But now it's like she can actually see it. She's going to try to do what she should have done in the elevator and like legitimately like kind of like reach out and try to touch that one little thread that she keeps trying to sing, that she keeps seeing, and see if like she can actually like grasp the thing that's there. Like, is it like in her head, or is she like actually able to see and touch it? Is what she wants to try in it for like a split-second experiment with.
Okay, I would love it if you could
Oh
make
god, more rolls.
yeah. I would love it if you could make a roll with a
Yes.
number of dice equal to your wits only at difficulty 6.
Okay. I got this. I got this. Boom. I got this. I did. I got it. I got
Okay.
2.
So, as you reach out, you feel your hand. It's almost like stretch, but the string stays where it is. You don't travel towards it, but somehow you were able to connect to it. And there is this thrumming connection for a moment. And a smash of disparate images flood through you. What string was it specifically you were reaching out to?
It's that same gold one she keeps seeing no matter where she goes.
Okay. So when you touch that, you see an image of a golden knife spinning end over end in the air as if being tossed carelessly up and down, but it never seems to come back down. You see image of a golden eye right behind it, burning like a small sun in a familiar face. And that face at the same time looks almost skeletal, reminding you of many a card that you have pulled from a tarot deck in your life. Not always meaning the ending of things, but sometimes change. And you see a vision of a beach at night in a far flung set of stars in the night sky, and soldiers dying in droves under a knife, and others being there similarly fast or strong or inhuman in their grace, carving their way through strangely uniformed individuals, bringing them low and feeding on them in some strange way. It is an odd experience, and it's disjointed. It's not all one continuous experience, but you find yourself re-piecing it back together as you think about it, as you experience it. So on one hand, it's like a flickering strobe of images, and then you're almost reconstructing the narrative yourself within your own psyche. But you can feel the second-hand horror, you can feel the second-hand hunger, and it echoes at something deep within yourself.
I think I fucked up. I think I grabbed the wrong string. Okay, you said familiar face. Is it who I'm thinking of?
He's your golden boy.
No. So did I just accidentally web connect to him for just a split second?
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh no. And you said I'd seen the before you switch back to Nathan, you said I'd seen those eyes again, right?
Yeah.
Do they look
But
like
they're
the
in
same?
head.
Do they look like the same one from that mask? Because from my previous state, right before going to Iron New York, you said I had a mask with golden eyes and a picture of the sun. Is it the same eyes from that? Can I recall?
No.
They're
It
different?
is very different eyes. These eyes are like tiny suns. The other eyes, now that you can identify, sort of draw a difference, the other eyes were more like lambent cat's eyes, like cat's eyes caught in the
Okay.
act of reflecting a light. You could easily have mistaken the two if it wasn't for the fact that you have now seen these eyes up close in spirit and in person to a certain degree.
Yeah, from on the other side of the glasses. Okay. I'm gonna pull my hand away because that is a lot to take in for just a split second.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna let all that sink in and wait for my episode to stop. Because like, wow,
Okay.
that's a lot.
Yep. So we're going to switch back to Nathan, ready for the beginning of the proper nights, so no longer in sort of catching up on downtime mode. But before that, I'm going to pop myself on mute for just a hot second and let the dog out because she's bothering me and I have a sneaking suspicion she needs the loo. So I'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Okay.
And we will continue on with Nathan. So Nathan, get thinking. It's going to be your first night and your night of your appointment with Monica at the gallery. So I'll be back in a sec.
Shit.
I think I accidentally cobweb connected to him.
Shit.
I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, she finally gets to explore the cobweb because like it has never kicked in or not to this degree since she got to New York. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna explore it. But he keeps mentioning that same fucking string, and I'm like, okay, I gotta see what the string is. It keeps being mentioned. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nathan over there missed the family hint.
I feel like I missed a lot.
Okay, so do I. I'm literally just trugging along at this point.
And I'm back.
Fuck.
Oh, goodness, that was fast. Bye.
I'm back. Fuck. I mean, like, whoa, okay.
It's okay, we're both feeling like fuck right now.
Getting out of your depth, I mean, that is a pretty standard coterie starter pack. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
you'll be all good. So, the start of this night. Are you taking a snack, Nathan?
Yeah, Andrew is adamant on that with him all the time.
Okay. In
Like-
which case, I would like it if you could please roll a stamina roll at difficulty 6 for how he's coping with the amount of feeding. And I know self-care is key, and you've been very clear on that. That's why it's only difficulty 6.
Okay.
If you don't have a character sheet fully out for him, we can make an assumptive level of stamina for him. So just let me know.
How do we determine his stamina? I didn't know that was...
Nope, it's
Hold
fine.
on.
In which case, if we hadn't figured it out
Oh,
beforehand,
yeah, I have it right here. I have a
Good.
2 in
Right.
stamina.
there you go. So it is E2, so difficulty 6.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah. These birds. Hey.
So it's not a botch, it's just so you do manage to manage to feed from Andrew. However, you now are at the point where, despite his protestations about "Oh, it's fine, boss. It's fine, boss. It's fine, boss," you can tell you might not be able to feed from him from a couple of nights to let him recover in the near future. You
Okay.
fed from him tonight. You've got your blood point. That's balanced your books. However, he is starting to look a bit pale and not quite right. And you've been with it around him long enough to be able to know it's time to stop and maybe take a bit of a break or find an alternative source of food for a couple of days at least.
Okay.
Yeah. There's only so
Is-
much blood enchiladas can replace.
So is blood bags an alternative possibility? 'Cause
If you can source them, yes.
I
The other
thought
possibility is at
Andrew-
least
Yeah, I think I still have 2 coins left.
correct.
So
And who knows? Maybe, depending on how
Game.
tonight goes, you might be in more favor.
maybe. I hope I didn't cause danger to Andrew by not knowing what the damn code words were. Come on.
So, that evening, are you doing any prep work? I mean, you've obviously got your file that you've compiled on Monica, so you've got some idea of what to expect. And
Well,
Andrew.
being as Andrew is like literally my Alfred, Alfred to Bruce Wayne, and all the shit that would amount to allow this kind of money to be spent is in his name, I look at him and say, what's our bartering limit?
Oh, he
Because we're
turned
gonna have to
around-
walk out of there with something. We can't just go there, and because I gotta make a mighty big dangerous request. Also,
he says, like $5,000 if we're not planning on driving anywhere for a long while. Like,
You
that's
think?
like, yeah, straight out of the bag. You could do 5. That's no great shakes.
All my money's tied up in this. Man, we need to start playing the stock market or something.
Be your little witch friend and get a small loan.
Maybe
Should-
this might be the reason why he does.
Yeah, you need a small loan of $1 million?
Yeah, we kind of do, actually.
Well, it's up to you. What are you doing at the start of that evening? Where are you going?
Well, I could go pay our dear victim of the masquerade a visit. And our appointment's at midnight.
Yep.
So that leaves 6 hours. What time is it? 7? 6. 6:30,
Let me
7?
see. 2 seconds. Sunset in NYC. Because obviously it's a different side of the world and a slightly different. So 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock to midnight, 4 hours. So including traffic at this time of night, an hour to get into the city. But once you're on Manhattan, you're on Manhattan. It's not that bad.
I have an idea. All right. So I am going to go pay the lady a visit. I'm actually
Which
going to go
lady?
visit her shop.
Right, that lady. Right, okay. Because
I-
there's
I-
quite a
when
few
I
ladies.
say, okay, let me be clear. Nathan refers to Clarabelle as the little lady. Okay,
Right, okay,
that's
right, that's fine.
her.
That makes more sense. Okay, so you're gonna go visit the witchy shop. Okay.
He's gonna go because she asked him to for one, and it's been a week
Yep.
since it's open. So
So, Andrew will start driving. He's perfectly capable of driving in this condition. He's just not up for much action outside of that. So,
well,
and
we
he
could stop and get him a vitamin from a late night. We can get him a vitamin shake from a late night.
He is well equipped with compensating measures, food and drinks.
All right.
It's just down to there's only so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
That can be done with one guy, and
I
it's one of the
just
main
wanna-
reasons why Kindred need a herd. Okay, so one source doesn't get depleted.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, that's fair.
So he drives you into Manhattan to go and see the lady at the shop. Now, we're going to have to maybe flip back to Clarabelle here because depending what
Yeah.
happens next, this may change what your arrival comes up to. So, Clarabelle, we're going to swap back to you for a second. So, you are lost in that weird darkness in your own head, possibly amongst the web, and have just finished touching that golden strand amongst the web.
I need to stop touching things. Yes. I'm waiting to see how long it's going to take me to come back out.
Okay. In which case, I would like for you to roll a. What's your conscience?
1.
1. Okay.
One.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna enjoy this roll. I'm gonna say that in advance. Okay. Now I will say you cannot use willpower as well because
Okay.
you're not. The conscious part of you is not the one doing the driving right now, and willpower is an act of consciousness. So
Yep.
it is your conscience. The difficulty of 8.
Okay. I did it! I fucking did it!
Oh, thanks. Not for that. Right, okay. So, Clarabelle,
Yes.
And I'm gonna say you need to brace maybe a little bit emotionally for this one. Okay. Not too bad, just brace, right? When there is a moment where it's like going down a flume, yeah, like a slide, a water slide. Suddenly you're like backwards and you almost feel yourself slamming back into your own body. It's like coming awake with a cold shock of breath from a nightmare, but without actually breathing, interestingly. And as you open your eyes to your already open eyes, you see the doctor at the end of one of your arms. He's okay, he's not dead, he looks a little bit scared, but you're currently holding him a foot and a half above the ground with one arm. And he is quite intimidated looking. He's got his hands up in a posture of surrender. Like, I've got no gun kind of posture. And you don't feel tired. And you do not feel that this is hard to do. However, I would like you to make a decision now of would you have spent a blood point to hunt? Would you not have? Would the real you, would you, the real you, lurking under the thin veneer that is the last dregs of your humanity, would it have spent a blood point to hunt?
Realistically, yeah. To try and get
Knock
rid
off
of that
blood point.
taste. Yeah, that too.
And you stand there with your arms filled with strength, and the doctor is just hanging there. And on the table nearby is a very large bag of blood, and a thin tube, and a needle, and a few drips from the end of the needle, just almost sizzling with aroma. Stand there.
Can I drop the dock and go after it?
Yep. He falls to the floor with a loud oof. I mean, he's in his 60s, he kind of vibe. He is not terribly hale and hearty. He crumples to the floor, not in a state of injury, but in a state of shock, suddenly of being dropped. And you turn and pick up the bag of blood, and you can almost
I
hear
do literally what just comes natural and start chowing down on it. I'm not thinking. I just want the taste to go away and I don't want to hurt him.
So you bite in and you can feel something in your mouth just slice into it like nothing. And there's this sudden satisfaction as something velvety flows across your tongue. And to you, I would love for you to make a willpower roll, please.
Okay.
However, I'm going to set the difficulty, actually, given your, shall we say, mental state. The difficulty is only 4.
I did it! Yay!
Hey, it's okay. It's just because you're so depleted in iron. You've not been able to eat any of that raw steak for days. That's obviously it. It's just malnutrition. It's why you're so thin, and it was just adrenaline strength, and you can feel it running down your throat, revitalizing you. And minutes later, the bag almost makes a straw at the bottom of a milkshake slurping sound as you finish. And you can regain 1 blood point.
Hey, I'm back to 3.
Yay! But for the moment, you feel replenished in that moment, and that act of obviously you just needed something. You were just so hungry, and you turn, and the doctor has returned to his feet, somewhat shaken, but weirdly, he doesn't look shocked.
All she
And
can
he
do
said,
is kind of go, "I'm sorry," like on repeat, like really soft. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
he rushes over to you and he hugs you, and he says, "It's okay. It's okay. I will. I just need to get a new bag set up, and we can get you feeling right as rain. Will you just lie down on the table?"
Yeah. And she just kind of like very softly under her breath, like, yeah. And then just, she's like staring at like the bag, like she's realizing what just happened. And she's trying so hard to focus on the dock and not think about it that she does kind of get
And
onto the table but doesn't lay down. It's just like sitting there.
he gently presses on your shoulder to see if you'll lie down.
Honestly, no, she doesn't want to lay down. She
Okay.
feels like she wants to be able to,
Yep.
if she needs to run, she can run. She wants that safety of being
So
able to sit up.
He gently puts your feeding tube in, and he gently places in what would be like a central line into your arm, hangs a bag from a fridge of plasma, etc., and starts a process occasionally he has to do to help you. And in that moment, it's not quite the same feeling you had a moment ago, but there is a sensation of vitality slowly starts to return to you over a period of time, and you start to feel slightly more calm, slightly less on edge, more familiar ground. I'm going to ask for you to pick a voice, a person's voice, that maybe someone famous that you think would represent the collective voice of the web to Clara when speaking to her.
Oh, I'm not really good with voices, so I'll judge.
That's okay.
You can go for it. I'm so used to books and stuff. I don't listen to like songs or music. Or, I don't do much voice of anything. So
This
feel
is
free
where
to
we
pick
need
it.
Morgan Freeman.
You know what? You know
It's
what?
God
Morgan.
speaking to me.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Boom.
Yeah, it's Morgan Freeman. Let me see here. You
There's
can feel this voice sort of tickle up the back of your head, saying, "It's okay. You'll be fine." Just that gentle, soothing, but it's like it's not one voice; it's a chorus in various different voices that just gently whispers to you that it's fine. It's fine. And I would love it if you could make me one last roll before we switch back to Nathan.
Yeah.
I would love it if you could make a courage roll for me, please.
Haha. Okay.
And it is difficulty 9.
Oh, never mind. I had. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So
Hit me with it. What happens?
So you're sat there, and inside your own head, you've had this internal narrative for a long time that you are immortal, correct?
Yep. I'm
It's
just
a
a normal
gift.
human. A gift from
That it's
Gaia.
a gift from Gaia. Well, in some traditions, blood, the gift of life itself, is the sacrifice the gods would ask from the people, from their adherents as payment in kind for the bounty of the harvest or the bounty of the hunt. Maybe that's why you feel so nourished. It is a just sacrifice towards you as the avatar of the world awakened.
Okay.
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 And now we're going to flip back to Nathan in that moment. Nathan, the traffic's actually been pretty good. It's been a great drive. And Andrew has finally ran out of enchiladas.
Do you want to get more?
No, he does, however, have a very large, what can only be described as radioactive blue slushy, sat
God.
in the cup holder with the words "Big Old Caffeine Gulp 5000." And it's like got a special twisty straw, and like it's like the legendary edition cup that you get, and it's got like a big trucker handle and a suction cup on the bottom, so you can just stick it to your dash.
Oh shit! He said my man went all out. He got the
Yeah.
whole doodad and everything.
Yeah, and you know he's riding the high right now, but he's managed to get you to that part of Manhattan. He has pulled up quite neatly. I mean, driving what can only be described in the States as the world's smallest car means that he's able to park nose in at the very end of the street, where
Hey.
normally no car would ever be able to get in because your car is so small.
Parks.
I mean, it's basically two front seats.
Hey.
No. But yeah, you've been able to park up. It's absolutely dead simple. And yeah, there's that lovely shop. What's the name of the shop, Clarabelle?
A drop of mystique.
A drop of mystique. I like that. I haven't asked her anything about the shop out of character, so I don't know what she's about to describe when I get in there. I wanted it to be a surprise. Okay. He looks at me. I look over at Andrew, and you feeling all right, buddy?
Yeah, boss. Yeah, I got my drink. Do you want me to come with you, or just wait here? Or...
Of course. I mean, you can come with if you would like. You don't have to stay in the car.
Like, boss. Like, I've got my drink, man. Like, I think it might be rude if I stand there slurping on this big thing in the shop. I mean, unless you want me to.
Well,
you
know what? You do you. If you decide to come in, you come in. But I'm going in. You can hang out here, do what you want, take in the night air. We got the appointment at midnight, so.
Yeah, so boss, what I'll do is I'll give you a knock on the door in like an hour or two if you're not back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that way we won't be late, okay?
All right. What time do we have?
You have like an hour or two. Like it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, so an hour or two, and then.
Yeah, all right. Bet. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, Nathan makes his way to the front door of the shop.
Would it be open, Clarabelle?
As long as the shopkeeper opened it, yeah, it's supposed to open literally at dusk.
Okay, so it opens. Would you like to describe who opens the door?
Oh, okay. So there's this like really hold on now. I love her. Okay, her name is Ollie or Olivia, and she's like kind of like I would say she's like above average definitely for a woman who looks like she's barely 18. So she looks maybe 6 feet tall. She's a pretty big girl, but she's like really skinny and lanky, kind of like what you would expect like a basketball player to be, like in a high school team. Really, really long, very well kept black hair, but she looks like she hasn't slept in like forever. She looks like she's constantly awake and completely surviving off of caffeine.
Hey.
A familiar theme.
Mm-hmm. But no, she just has like a
Bits
really
are good eating.
strong Texas accent. Just stop. Come in, have fun. You break it, you buy it. Don't ask me questions. I don't know anything. I literally just check you out.
All right. I'm gonna peruse for a moment then. And yeah, okay. I should fit right in here. Actually, so what's the atmosphere like?
So, ironically, the shop is kept really bright compared to, how everybody looks dead inside. It's like
Mhm.
that the it's like the light in the middle of the room is specifically surrounded by different crystals. Um, Specifically in a way that when it reflects off of the salite crystals, it makes it, the salites, the clear quartzes, the things meant to keep like a very neutral ground despite what's coming in or going out. Just makes the room and the area in general really bright. Kind of like, um, kind of like those LED lights in hospital rooms. Is kind of what it makes like a replica of, but it's just the one light, and the crystals are hung from the walls and from different shelves, like they're stacked in a certain way that when the light hits, the crystals around the light itself just it's like it's set up in a way that it just bounces and constantly keeps the light going. Other than that, it looks old school dramatic in a weird way, like what you would expect from like a witchy shop in like a German like fairy tale.
So
Everything's
tight
really
with kind of
old.
like the winding
Mm-hmm.
shelves and stuff like that, the
Mm-hmm.
angled shelves and things,
Mm-hmm.
cases and
Mm-hmm.
crystals and maybe some wandery or some.
Well, she doesn't do wandery. It's mostly crystals, different types of statues for various gods. Although it definitely
Okay.
looks like Lilith is the main focus of the shop, which is
Ah,
who she tends to
Lilith.
stick to on one side, and then however you want to refer to them. But it's definitely Mother Nature in some sense on the other side. There are tenets. It looks like it's more of like it's kind of like a soft self craft. It doesn't look like anything there is mass produced. Like if you walk over to like there's a row full of different bracelets that are meant for different things. Like one will go, hey, this is tiger eye, it's meant for good luck. Or this one is amethyst, it's meant for love. And each one looks like it's been made completely different than the one behind it. So they're all like handmade.
Okay. 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 I dig it. I dig it. So I can like, all right.
And then there's books, but all the books look like they've been binded individually, so it definitely looks like everything there is for the most part handmade by the people there. But it's just old,
Okay,
comfy,
so
cozy, and witchy.
all right. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm taking a look around and going on about that. I'm up top. I guess you're in your hidden spot.
My
And
bunker, yeah.
okay,
So, Clarabelle,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a significant amount of time has passed. I assume you would go upstairs at some point, if only to get out of the basement and out of the place where the event just happened.
Yeah, she'll grab her phone, take a picture of what she had drawn on the wall, quickly switch clothes. She doesn't really too much get dolled up like normally with makeup. She kind of just puts throws her hat on her head and gets out because she knows she has to run to Elysium to see a Dago, and everything that just happened, she definitely wants to try to get there as fast as possible.
Okay. Well, as you race up the stairs out of the back rooms and come through the door that leads out into the shop, you see Nathan,
Oh,
that
Crank
figure.
Man.
And I would love it if you could roll me a single D10. So just set the difficulty to 2. and roll 1 dice, and I'm just going to look at what the number says on that dice.
That scares me.
Okay. So, as you walk into the shop and you see Nathan again,
Mhm.
you feel the familiar and comforting presence of your spirit returning. There's a very gentle tug at the side of your hair that makes you twitch like something caught in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see Nathan, like you looking at him. Not just he's in the shop, but you specifically turn your head to see him and register him, despite the events that may be distracting you otherwise. But you realize in so doing, it's a familiar touch of that spirit.
I feel better. My bestie is here.
But there is
Mom's
Nathan
home.
in the shop.
Okay, so instead of directly leaving, I'll at least approach Nathan and just, hey, smart man.
Little lady, I didn't actually expect to see you here.
It's my shop.
Figured
Why
you would
wouldn't
be out
you?
and about. Well, you did hear Nine Inch Nails is performing at Elysium.
What's that?
You know. Oh. Oh. Well, if you make your way there, you'll probably hear them. It's just a
Okay.
band. Music. How are you?
She doesn't answer it. She kind of like skips across the conversation. She goes, what are you doing here? You don't seem like a guy who's into more spiritual things."
Well, in all fairness, you did ask me to come by when you were open.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want me to try and
And,
talk to the spirits for you?
well, I mean,
You
I
said that
have
you
kind of
needed
had
to.
a... Well, yeah, I do. I do. But I've also come to the conclusion what's happening has got a lot to do with you. Also, like, it's not just a me thing. Like, this is about you as well. Something is definitely...
I don't mean to be rude, but can we please not stutter and just be blunt with me? I literally, and she's like slightly reaching under like the arm sleeve of her dress. It's kind of like one of those bell dresses, and she is like harshly rubbing at her wrist. Like she's wrapped her middle finger and an index finger around it, and she's like rubbing it like there's something like she can feel there, and she doesn't want it there, and she's trying to get it off. And she's just, can we, as, what do you want? Like, please just tell me.
Well, I'm on my way to an appointment. Figured I'd stop by and view your shop.
Okay.
Very nice, by the way. But I've also realized that those statues I've been to visit the museum at night, and
Yeah.
it's not open, so I can't get in. And I don't
Okay.
know how to do the night appointment with them.
Okay, hold on one second. My headphones are
But
dying. I have
I
to grab
feel
my other
like
pair.
it.
Hold-
Okay.
Yeah, one second.
Pause, Nathan.
Just winging it here. Mm-hmm.
Do some music for our delightful audience. Do 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 do. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? Starring. And for those of you who are too young to know what Whose Line Is It Anyway is,
Oh, wow.
Okay. I think okay, there, I have it fixed. I'm sorry. I thought my headphones were charged enough. They weren't, so I had to go rip my husband's out of his ears and like, give me these. I need these more than you. Bye. It's like, my bad, I need these, fam. But anywho, so she kind of looks at you, she goes, okay, so you want me to set up an appointment and go look at these statues for you? Okay, talk to Doc, make a deal. I gotta go. And she says it in a way where she's like tired. Oh, hold on, let me. Go ahead.
Guess I just let you walk. I'm not.
She's kind of like tired. She's hungry. For the split second, she just kind of. I don't know how to
Are
describe.
you
Like
sure you're okay?
she goes, I'm, and she's like, it's kind of like when you haven't slept in a while and you're kind of zoned out, you're going through like a mental breakdown or you've cried yourself to sleep. She goes, I need to get to Elysium. I have a meeting. And I'm already late. I was supposed to be there when the sun set.
Yeah, I got an appointment tonight too. Are you okay getting there?
I'll call an Uber or something. Hint, 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 hint.
Oh, me? I can have Andrew take her, but might make me a little late for my shit. You know what? Fuck it. I can have you taken there.
She can walk.
My driver's outside.
She can walk to Elysium, and you said what, 45 minutes because she's that close to it, James?
Yeah.
So it's like a 5-7 minute car ride.
Well, it's a bit longer, ironically, because that's the funny thing about Manhattan.
New York.
It's actually, it's actually weirdly almost longer to drive some places than it is to walk. It's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes by car, just because the way traffic works, etc. But you could easily walk it in 45 minutes. Whether you want to walk through the streets filled with tasty people is an entirely different perspective.
Yeah.
I can have you taken right now. He's right outside. It'd be fine. Besides, you don't like touching people anyways, if I'm correct.
Would you mind if I could get a ride, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'll go tell Andrew and let him know.
Fair play.
So,
Andrew's quite happy to do it because you're the boss. Boss.
Well, yeah. Okay. So I trust you. Get her there safely. You're the best driver I know. There you go.
Okay. Fair play. Clarabelle, Andrew, you jump in the car. It's only 2 seats. Andrew's right next to you. He heads off almost immediately. I would love it if you could make a perception plus awareness, or perception plus medicine. He says, trying to remember, medicine is on the sheet. Yes, or perception plus medicine, whichever you choose, at difficulty 7, please.
I'm gonna do awareness.
Okay. And bear in mind, you can drop the difficulty of that to 6 if you're using your keen sense of smell caused by the aspect.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my little snake tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna smell my way to victory. Haha! 3 successes.
Fantastic. He does not smell appetizing to you.
Ew.
At all. He smells strained and spent and struggling. He smells almost as much of the radioactive green juice as he does, like, enchilada smell. Let's put it that way. Like, that sort of stale, being around a food truck a bit too much and only eating food truck food and really just needs to eat some fiber and rehydrate properly. Kind of trucker smell, almost. He's pushed himself a bit far. But he is otherwise in good health, just stretched thin.
She'll tell him that too, just like, you don't look well. You should probably consider, not drinking a 64 ounce of caffeine. Drink some water, and the truck food, lay off of it.
Yeah, the boss kind of needs me for the stuff, do the thing. You guys are kind of tight on, so I'm doing the boss stuff that stuffs the thing, that thing's the stuff, and then I'm gonna sleep for, like, I don't know, a couple of days.
That's
and, like,
not healthy.
sit in a
That
bath.
weakens immune systems and causes your red blood cells to overproduce
Yeah,
in a way that's bad.
But that's why I have the tablets and the iron supplements and the vitamin C supplements and the vitamin D supplements, the vitamin B supplements, and you can tell this is the caffeine jitters.
That's just her. Hey, you do know taking all of those don't help if you take them at the same time. They're meant to be taken 3 max at a time in a certain row over a long period of time for it to work. If you take more than 3, they no longer work anymore, and your body's actually naturally rejecting them. So now everything you're doing is in fault, and you're actually damaging your health and becoming more of a liability than you are anything of use.
And he sort of just digests that.
Recites
and then
exactly
sort of
what the
nods.
doctor has told her.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, okay. And then he sort of goes quite quiet, not in a resentful way, but in a sort of digesting and really tired and trying to focus on the road kind of way. And eventually gets to the Elysium sort of out front red carpet area, which is weird for you because as you pull up, and Andrew is just pulling up to it out of just assumption, there's like stretched limos and a stretched Hummer, and he just sort of nose parks in, and like the sort of door, not what's the guy who opens the doors,
Chauffeur.
usually for cars when there's a red car. No, for the red carpet kind of stuff. The
Oh.
street kind of guy who works at the pub, kind of looks really confused, wanders over, catches sight of you, and then sort of gets that, still looks confused, but doesn't look like annoyed confused, and then just opens the door for you to get out.
She just looks at him. She goes, "Hey, by the way, taking vitamin B and iron at the same time does not help with the blood. You're gonna want to completely drop the caffeine for at least 7 days. Drink plenty of water and electrolytes. Only take your vitamin B. It actually helps, especially if you're a blood donor. Bye." And she clenches her shadow book and gets out.
Okay. Andrew sort of has that mental filing away moment and then just starts heading back to the boss man, and drives through the city, heading back there. For the hour that you are there alone, Nathan, are you doing anything specific? Are you leaving the shop, staying in the shop, hanging around outside the shop? What's the vibe?
Well, I'm gonna spend the whole time in the shop. I might buy something, just show support.
Okay.
If the doc's around, I'll make the deal to...
Yeah, so eventually Doc comes upstairs and approaches you.
I just
has
wait.
Has a bit of a weary discussion with you and strikes a bit of a kind of a, she said to arrange the appointment, so he's like, oh, okay, I'll arrange the appointment for her and you to go to the museum. I'll see what appointments they have available and we can see how that pans out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever's comfortable for her.
Could you make a perception plus empathy roll, please, at difficulty 8?
Oh.
The Doc is very good at hiding his emotions, almost like he lives with Clarabelle.
You said, I'm sorry.
Perception plus empathy.
Oh, okay. A 5. Okay. Against 8?
Correct, yeah.
All right.
You must
Okay.
just be nervous because of your face. Damn, man. Damn.
Every
You-
roll.
Every roll.
Single roll.
Yeah, it does not like you. I am aware of another dice rolling app I may install just in case, and you two could just roll on different ones. They do the same things, but we'll see if we can find you one that likes you.
Holy hell.
You need to make some sacrifices to the machine spirit. The Weaver clearly dislikes you.
I don't know what you did to piss off the Weaver, but it is giving you a whole finger, bro.
Yep.
From a
Anyway,
Vraybot to this bot to the fucking other bot. Oh,
No,
Jesus.
he's not lying. It is literally every dice bot we have ever used has done this to him every once in a while.
Every single
It's not the
one.
bot. It's like every bot we have ever done. Like when we did D&D, I think we went through
At
6 or
which
7
point
bots.
is it just, what the fuck? This is why I don't gamble.
I mean, that is a really good reason not to gamble when it's very clear that even without money attached, the dice want to fuck you in the ass.
They do.
I already know. Like, I already know what's gonna happen.
And not even in the
Can't
nice.
play Yahtzee.
Yeah. So anyway, you spend a bit of time there. 2 seconds, guys. Just checking. You spend a bit of time there waiting for the return of Andrew and chatting to the doctor and arranging an appointment, or at least trying to arrange an appointment. He agrees to do some phone calls because it's a bit of a weird time of night to try to try and arrange an appointment at the museum, but he is going to try, which is something that I'm going to pop into.
2 people who are photosensitive. Bang.
Yes. I am going to... It's more the people he would be trying to phone aren't awake kind of problem.
Well, I mean, he could phone during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but not right now. That's what I'm saying. So, 2 seconds.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Sadly, you will not get answers right this second. But I have popped a note in the RP out of character chat just to pop a note in that I need to account for that at some point. Soon. Right. So, that aside, eventually Andrew comes back to pick you up and starts you on your journey towards your appointment at La Galleria. We are going to switch back to Clarabelle.
I mean, you're more than welcome to do his first.
You sure? Okay.
Yep.
She's just trying to put this off as long as humanly possible. Okay?
Help! Go, Nathan! You
She's
got
like,
this, baby! Mwah!
Yeah, she's like, please don't get the belt, please, no, don't
Not
tie
the
me
belt,
up,
not
no.
No pow-pows for
Alright,
now.
okay. No. So, in which case, Nathan, you managed to pull up eventually outside of La Galleria. 2 seconds. I'm going to actually try and see if I have. Here we go. I have, in fact, he says, got some art for it. It is gratuitously poached from Pinterest, but hey. And I have my suspicions, to be fair, but without knowing the answer, I am going to withhold judgment because it's useful and eventually will be replaced by Matt Who Draws, who's a fantastic artist. You should commission him tons.
100% you should.
Because he's also awesome and very communicative. But anyway, in the meantime, if you check in the Places channel, Nathan, you pull up outside a well-lit red brick, multi-story, glassy-looking modern art building with amazing glass sculptures hanging on or on various pedestals to be displayed that are filled with warm, sumptuous sunrise or fiery colours. Stuff that just makes you ache to see a sunrise again just by seeing. The sidewalk is spotless. There are carefully manicured trees. And it takes you a second to establish that they are indeed manicured, because at first it's just, oh, they're really nice and natural looking. Oh, that's a nice change. There's no damage to the bark. And then there's just subtle signs that that branch is just being nipped slightly too close that you pick up on and start to realize this whole facade has been very, very carefully manufactured to give a warm, inviting and genteel appearance. And you can see the front entrance is a big glass revolving door, and there's like metal detectors either side, and two very large, burly, bald-headed security-looking guys stood inside next to the metal detectors, with sort of like wands, the like metal detector wands kind of idea on them, and they both look sturdy. Would be.
I'm not packing. I'm just stating that for the record.
Yeah, that is very well. So you head inside, I would assume.
I do.
Okay. In which case, while you are walking from your car to the front, I would love it if you make a perception plus awareness roll. It is difficulty 6.
Crap.
And again, you can spend a willpower if you so choose to buy a success.
A perception plus an awareness?
Perception plus awareness is your total dice pool.
Okay. Against a 6?
Yep, difficulty 6.
All right.
Hey!
Oh my god,
Well,
I won one.
More importantly, if trust it to be you that rolls 2 1s and 3 successes. If you could just stop rolling 1s, your rolls would be great.
Yeah.
However,
You're not kidding.
as you are wandering past from where you've parked your car, you pass a very narrow, like 3-foot wide alleyway. One of those alleyways that is almost so narrow as to be like effectively attached kind of building, right? Perfect for a police chase, rooftop to rooftop, where you can easily clear the gap. Not so handy if you're trying to, pick up anything or get a side access to a building. And as you pass it, you hear this weird, whimpery, mistoned, horribly sung song, and you catch the lyrics. Oh, buddy knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Coming from the alley.
I'm. It's not my business. Time is it?
You've got about 20 minutes.
I don't feel like that's my business.
Do you?
God damn it, I'm as curious as a freaking cat. Oh, where's reception?
Just right there. There's a little desk just inside the. No, it's right at that glass door where the 2 burly guys are. There's a little desk and.
Yeah, I'm gonna check in and let them know that Nathan is here for the midnight appointment.
So just heading straight in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's fine. You head on in. As you come through the door, there is a boop boop kind of thing of alerting somebody's coming in the door, which of course you are, so that's perfectly fine. But yeah, you make your way inside, and the two security guys pass a wand over you. Make a wits plus computer roll at difficulty 5, please.
Oh, okay. Now I know I should have. I think this is one I'm really good. Yep. Okay. Said computer. All right.
Yep.
Plus wits. Got it. Against a 5. Seven. Called 5. There. There. Oh, look at that. Ah.
2 seconds. I mean, 5 successes. Really? No? Of all things?
I know.
So as they are booping the wands over you, because of your technical expertise, right, you are very, very able to pick up the fact that it is clearly not just a metal detector. The handle's too chunky, there's too many various indicator lights. The wand has like a couple of composite things going on in its sensors, and you're very quickly able to determine not only is it a metal detector, but it's also got a smell detector based in, and a temperature detector. And you know one of the ways of figuring out if somebody's kindred, the quickest way, is if they're cold when the room is warm.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Well.
And you've just come in from the outside, so you are cooler than the ambient temperature. So you are 99.9% sure that is specifically constructed to be a tool to differentiate kindred from mortal patrons.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's for.
Yep. As you pass through security, they very quickly whisk you through and to the reception desk, all of 6 feet away, where a lovely little sort of mousy blondish woman is like, hi, what's your name?
Nathan, yeah, we spoke on the phone.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Monica will be down in about 15 minutes. We have prepared refreshments in the VIP lounge through those security doors. Here's your pass. And she hands you a lanyard with a little plastic card on it that's clearly like a boopity boop card, so not a swipe, but like a hold it up against a sensor RFID tag style. And on it is a little red rose symbol.
Okay.
And she goes, if you just use the card on the mechanism, it'll let you into a door. It's a clean room, so it'll then squish you with a little bit of CO2 just to clean all the nasty bugs off. And then another door will open and let you into the VIP section, and there's refreshments waiting for you. Ready and go.
Okay. He takes the card, and I imagine Andrew's with him, or did Andrew tuttle off to do his own thing?
And Andrew stayed outside in the car. He has
Okay, good.
decided to take it easy.
Okay, good. Good. I was a little concerned for a second. All right, I'm gonna take the card and tuttle off, and it's just me.
Are you heading through the VIP section?
I guess.
Okay. So you pass through the main sort of gallery's open space at the beginning, and it is filled with what can only be described as incredibly rich or incredibly arty or both people. of every stripe, of every creed, color, ethnicity. It is a veritable cavalcade of color and style and substance and character of every part of the spectrum. Yeah,
Love it.
from soulless business tycoons staring at art thoughtlessly, thinking only about its value, all the way to impoverished graffiti artists hawking the 16 brick square that they recently tagged that might or might not be worth millions if they're the next Banksy. But you pass through the hermetically sealed space that's there, and through the little dust of CO2 that scooshes you clean of any ooze from outside, and into a swanky VIP area. And I'm going to have to pause there because my family's just come back.
Uh-huh.
And the dog is very alerted. I'll be back in a second. I do apologize. Going to pop on mute.
Uh-huh. Oh, shit. Chuckles. I'm in danger.
Yes, you are.
I am back. What did I miss?
He's in
glad
danger.
Andrew didn't come in. I'm glad Andrew didn't come in with.
So, VIP area. You make your way in, and instantly it is very dimly lit, but with a soft amber glow. And it is basically a large rectangular room with one other exit on the other side, exactly opposite you. There is a faux fireplace at one end, casting this soft LED powered amber glow that's still quite realistic. It's really captured the glow of coals and fire and the sun. Off. Oh, there we go. She's back.
I
You all
mean,
good?
I
Can we all
kind
hear?
of dig that. I can't hear.
Sorry, the kiddo hit the button.
Oh, there we
Okay,
are.
that's fine.
My
Just
bad.
checking you're all right.
No, I'm
you're
good. I'm
fine.
good. My bad.
Right, that's fine. So, yes, you're enjoying the warm glow, warm ambience, and there is deep purple, like so deep it's almost black.
I dig it.
Like sofa, like those IKEA almost one-piece large cushions, but shaped like a sofa couch thing, lining the walls, deep so you could sit cross-legged on them or lie back or lie down on them. There is a silver tray on a glass table sat in the middle, and on there is a small refrigerator that's completely transparent with some blood bags in it. And laying on one end of the room, furthest away from the fiery glow, are two or three young men and women in artsy sort of hippie-ish style, like genie pants and string vest tops, but with amazingly well done hair and beautiful makeup that's been done on them in various states of disarray.
So like an Ottoman wear, like an Ottoman style.
Yeah, like lounging
with the baggy clothes and the comfort.
Yeah, exactly, and like sandals,
Gotcha.
that kind of vibe. Very expensive clothing, but very relaxed, and lying there, and you can kind of tell that based on the bliss on their faces, they have been fed from recently, but not deeply. And you know from Kindred society that, and given the welcome to the establishment and the nature of the clan you are visiting, this is perhaps a different style of refreshments than those clearly laid out for you on the table in the middle.
Yeah, okay. I feel like I'm gonna need my phone here. Let me go grab that shit. So, I'm sitting at 9 blood points right now, I guess.
Okay.
And you said there's a refrigerator, and then there's a group of people sitting in
Yep.
a
There's
comfort circle.
Yeah, exactly.
So, is it like there's bottles of V8 in the fridge, and then there's those guys over there? If you
Yep.
want a live meal,
Yep.
I'm gonna take a V8.
Okay. How many are you taking?
I'm only gonna take enough to get one.
Okay, you take one. That's fine. You down the
Just
blood. Bait.
vibe coming from her in what?
Spades, as in extremely.
Extreme. Extreme vibe. Got it. Extremely
Yeah.
strong. Like her presence times a million.
Yeah, her presence has a feel to it. It's like an electricity in the air as she looks at you in that purple suit, wearing the gold shoes, looking like perfection, like the very image that you could conjure in your mind of a Toreador.
She is beautiful, isn't she? Uh, okay.
Nathan,
I'm,
hold on,
yeah,
hold
I'm
on.
trying to keep composure.
Well, you guess what roll you're going to have to make. I would love it if you could make a self-control roll, please, at difficulty 8.
Self-control. Oh,
Yes.
shit. God. Where do
Usually
I...
near the bottom right of the character sheet, sort of under where you'd normally put disciplines and backgrounds and virtues.
Oh,
So
that's a
conscious
3.
conviction.
Okay.
Okay. So 3 dice, difficulty 8.
Holy hell.
Hmm.
Oh, dear. I'm about to fail. Watch.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
called it.
it wasn't an easy roll. So, what
On an
comment
8.
make about her beauty?
I said she is beautiful, isn't she?
You said that out loud.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. You find the words escaping your lips before you can actually catch them or even realize it. And she smirks knowingly and looks at you and takes a seat, not too close to you, but close enough, and then
If I
lounges
could
back.
blush.
Yeah. She leans backwards gracefully and smiles at you in that disarming way that she has, and says, in a soft, kind of European accent, you just can't place it. Definitely romance language based, and says, what can I do for you? I'm assuming it's not just art, darling.
Sadly, no. But I do want to purchase a small piece.
Oh, you
So
do?
that is true.
Well, that's
Just
lovely.
a small piece. But I also have a request of sorts due to my more neutral standings as with the Conventus. I may be so bold. Um, it can't take place without your presence.
Oh, that's simply not true. I mean, Conventus is. Conventus is. I mean, don't get me wrong. My presence is essential if it's to be of any, well, fun. My presence only has relevance around my clan's interests and mine, and I currently have very little interest in what lies outside these walls.
Okay. I guess my wording, they won't have Conventus without your presence. So I think they want a little fun. If you have to spark a little, I don't know what's going on between anyone. I didn't feel it was my business to pry into those kind of things. But the ones who had asked me to do it,
Make a charisma plus expression roll at difficulty 6.
oh shit. Okay. Plus expression. I actually don't have expression, so it's a solid 4. Okay, I'll take it. Go charisma. At 6.
There we go.
Haha! Haha!
You plead this sort of gentle case of innocence to a certain degree, neutrality. Monica leans back, if somehow further, and then suddenly leans forward deeply and stares into your eyes and says, "And what would you pay to have me there, little Nosferatu? What would you give someone like me to make me a 10?
Perhaps it could benefit your whole clan.
Will benefit my whole clan."
Could open up businesses, deals and arrangements and things of that nature.
Are you offering a business deal or arrangement?
I don't have that kind of clout as it stands at the
Well,
moment.
she stands up and
But
strides towards you till she is standing over you while you are seated.
Mm.
And it's not an unpleasant view, to be fair.
Mm.
But it is a very suddenly there is a power dynamic in the room. You're very conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And she says,
Oh, I feel it.
She says, "What would you give for me to attend this conventus? What would you personally surrender to me to make me attend, little Nosferatu?"
I think there's something you have in mind. I
She
deal in
looks at you.
information. Is it information you desire?
Information comes and goes. I prefer people, assets. So I'll give you an offer. You can owe me big time, or And you know what "owe me big time" means. You know she really means a boon, right? Or you can be a good little Nosferatu and take a very dainty little sip from my wrist and answer some very gentle question about you.
Truth serum. Oh. Oh. Oh, hell's bells.
Artie, do you need a moment to think? And we'll flip back to Clarabelle.
What was the first option again?
Oh,
Jesus
her a
Christ.
boon?
Oh. Or take a sip from a wrist.
Yep. Boon or a
I
sip
don't-
from a wrist?
This could get hairy.
Mm-hmm. Do you want a moment to think as a player, and we'll flip over to Clarabelle, or...
I don't drink from a wrist. The only thing I got would be either that. I don't have assets.
Yeah, she wasn't after your assets. She said a boon or a
No
sip from
love
your...
Yeah,
bug like what Buddy
she
Boy
wants a
did to me,
favor.
yeah.
Yeah. It's... The currency of Kindred society is not measured in coin. It is measured in favors that are dynamic in their value based on what you can do for another.
Well, you know what? Oh, man. In light of what I gotta do. Yeah, he definitely has the very contemplating look on his face and is fine. If it meets one end to make another end happen, maybe we could turn it into some kind of big deal. I'll have to owe you one.
Okay. I'm glad you've come to that conclusion. I will attend Conventus. When would you like me to attend Conventus, little Nosferatu?
Now, did I get a date that she wanted? That Layla
No.
wanted?
No, but you didn't think it really mattered.
Okay, so at earliest convenience.
I will attend tomorrow, then. And you have that on my word.
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. You're actually helping me out a great deal, so I will help you out.
Good, because I'm going to ask you to do my boon right now.
Which is?
Out back, there is an incredibly distasteful, short-ass pile of trash. I would really like it if you could send him packing with a little bit of force. And she grins evilly. Up till now, you've been bathed in a radiant sense of her presence, and suddenly it's like that all turned to knives.
Oh, okay. Fuck. I guess this just got interesting. Okay, so apparently now I'm taking out some garbage, like I did back in San Fran.
It seems you must have a talent for it. Perhaps it's your calling to be your betters, garbage people. And she says, "You'll find him in the alley behind the gallery.
Well, I
Deal
can't
with him."
resist. If she's cashing in a boon, I guess I gotta do it.
Yeah. So,
All right.
while you are stuck in that predicament, that moment of finding out that you're going to immediately have to enact a deed, I'm going to flip over to Clarabelle, who has been getting away scot-free with complete and utter silence. And no, I did not say kill. She very specifically did not say kill because that would have been a breach of the laws. She said deal with and make him leave.
I
So,
was just
Clarabelle,
asking. I'm sorry. Hey, are you
yes.
sure you don't want to keep going, Nathan?
No, Clarabelle, it's your turn to suffer. Come on.
Okay. Okay. Um. Oh damn, he dropped me. Why did he drop me off at the fucking red carpet? I'm gonna pull my old.
Because
Might
you're a
not be.
queen. Own it.
I do not have Layla's confidence. I'm gonna pull my big old gothic witch ass fucking hat like forward, so it's not like sitting on the back of my head where you can see like the crown design of it. It's pulled forwards, like there's a shadow over her face, and as fast as humanly possible, I'm going to try
Okay.
and get in, and off the carpet and from prying eyes. I just want to go inside and try to get to Dago as fast as possible.
In a rush of sensation, you are swallowed up by the sound and pulse of Elysium. 9 Inch Nails are on stage playing closer. It is a pulsing, pounding beat that calls to something kind of primal within you and drags your attention to the stage ever so briefly as your desperation hurries you up the stairs to the second floor. You see Layla sat next to the railing, staring down, as she always is, at Elysium's floor. But you also see Telrath as you approach the elevator that leads up into the rest of the Iron Tower. He is exiting the elevator and you're rushing towards and past him, and he looks at you, and there is a genuine and deep moment of raw concern over his face.
I, I mean, sweet, cute. I want to just Adago said I'd be able to see the button, so I'm gonna get to the third floor where I get to the next elevator, and then I'm gonna hit what should be a button accessible to me to take me to
Yes.
a certain floor.
So you sweep past Telrath, leaving him in the dust. Head up to the third floor, cross the third floor. Everything's in a blur now. That sense of desperation, that yearning building. You get to the other elevator, and as you mash the buttons, none of which are labeled, one of
Mm-hmm.
them near the top illuminates when you press it,
Okay, I'm gonna assume
and it
that's the one.
rises. And very quickly, it arrives. Smoothly, but you can tell you've risen quite to some height within the building itself. And as the elevator opens and you step out, warmth and sunshine smash into you. But instead of pain, there is a tranquil lack of agony as your body leans into it with satisfaction. Your eyes slowly adapt and you're able to make out an enormous, full city block long room styled as some kind of horrifyingly enormous tropical vivarium with various lighting arrays and UV illumination cascading down from the ceiling around 20 or 30 feet up. Plants of every kind grow in carefully manicured and cared for beds along the floors, the walls, ceilings. There's even vines covered in blooms and fruits drifting down at points like curtains of colour from overhead suspended troughs. And up ahead is a tropical leafed avenue of bushes like the entrance to a hedge maze. And there, in front of that, sits on a small lawn chair that looks really out of place, like it's from an old, like, Winnebago kind of camping set. Yeah, like yellowed plastic that's been too long exposed in the sun, a slightly rusty membrane, and slightly frayed polyester fabric of this folding chair. But she's sat there and she's waiting for you in front of the entrance to this maze.
Ironically, the only thing I can see bringing her comfort is actually being able to see a familiar face. And so far, Dago's been like the sweetest person to her. Um, so it's kind of like, for a split second, she looks around, but it's like, in that split second, like, yeah, it's pretty, yeah, it's nice. Um, she can't get rid of the guilty feeling of what she had done to Doc or what she was going to do, and she doesn't like that feeling, so she goes straight to looking for Dago, and when she sees her, she just kind of, it's like for a split second, instead of trying to hold herself together like she has been this entire time, instead of what's the word, trying to match their energy of, you know, gotta be strong, gotta stand tall, she just kind of like walks over, and for like a split second it's almost like she's gonna crumble, and she goes, I'm here. And her voice it has like that soft crack in it, like almost like under the shadow the hat's causing, there's like some tears, but it hasn't completely gone down her face yet.
Adago doesn't respond. She simply takes you by the hand, turns, and walks into the maze. And it is not too complex, but it is enough. I'd like you to make an intelligence plus. What's a good one for this? An intelligence plus. Let's go with academics. Intelligence plus academics roll at difficulty 6 to be able to try and remember the way you've come.
2 successes.
You remember enough that you're pretty sure you can make your way out if you need to. But eventually, you reach the center of the maze.
Mm-hmm.
You've wandered quite some time. But you round a corner, the exit of the maze, and witness something so opulent and vital it gives you pause. In the middle of this maze is a large open space with 10 kind of like sun loungers, each in a different style unique to its owner, surrounding a central bubbling hot tub filled with a strange, steaming liquid, the colour of onyx laced with rubies. There's a bed made of straps of polished red leather where you spy a familiar and sarcastic face of Katia, who you met before, lounging.
Can you remind me who
There's
Katia was?
She was the person Adigo was speaking to in the Elysium
Okay,
at
yeah.
one point.
The one that called her a kid.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. There's an unoccupied bed made of bone and green silks, a slab of polished turquoise, with a woman with a shaved head and piercing teal eyes, a modern hammock in luminous pink, littered with music players and headphones, and somebody who's clearly a yoga clothing wearing raver sits. A simple white lace draped single bed of bamboo seats seats an innocent looking woman wearing a pearl necklace. Another one which closely resembles a shalong of black velvet with a blonde woman who has tarot spread before her. A gothic 4-poster bed, a woman occupying that in formal black chiffon dress, weirdly resembling Snow White. A simple camping cot with a woman who's covered in tattoos and leather biker gear, who's picking her teeth with a toothpick. A neat beanbag style lounger with an Asian woman in a grey suit with a tiger's eye coloured tie and glasses. And lastly, a Hispanic man with hair slicked back in what almost resembles a magician's suit and he has long bony hands, and he's seated on a very simple hammock.
Um, she doesn't really have a reaction. If anything, she just gets closer to the only familiar person there. So like, instead of shying away from Adego for once, she's kind of like not completely against her side, but one wrong breath and she's practically standing against her. Like she wants to hide a little bit.
She gently leads you to the center of this space, next to, or within a stone's throw of, the large steaming hot tub. And the woman who is lying on the polished turquoise slab, who has piercing teal eyes and gems the size of your thumbnail in her ears, and what looks to be a tattoo of, you might think, peacock feathers around her neck and down into her chest. She speaks up to Adego and says, "Are you sure of this?" And Adego nods. Very solemnly, but nods. And she turns to you and in her patois kind of accent asks you to disrobe and put a blindfold on that she hands you, made of simple black cotton. And says, "If you don't want this, you can leave. No one can keep you here. It is our most sacred rule."
Poor Claire. She's she's like staring like at the cloth that's handed out to her, and she's not fearful. It's more like she's nervous, you know, thanks to a certain someone in their roles. And it's, she can't shake the feeling of what happened before coming there, which what led her into coming, because she wants to know what's going on. But it feels really, really nice to be reassured that if she does this as her own. But she kind of tilts her head back and like for the first time kind of does look Adego eye to eye, and she goes, "What's gonna happen?"
And Adego looks you in the eyes and says, "You will feel better."
"I'm not gonna hurt anybody, am I?"
And she says, "Quite the opposite."
There's like slight moment like where her shoulders slightly relax, like she's been for a lack of better terms mouse like, and she offers like her shadow book, because she was carrying it like a doll, like a comfort doll, to Adego, and she takes the blindfold, and it's like a very soft under her breath in Romanian, just like, "Good, because I'm really tired of hurting people tonight," and it's like in a squeak, like she's really, I guess, troubled and regretful, but she can't shake the feeling of like the hangman card on the back of her head, and she's like, "Okay," and she does what Dago told her to do. She declothes and puts blindfold on.
As you hand her the book, she treats it with incredibly careful respect. You notice that very specifically, and she places it way off to one side, away from everyone else, near the exit to the hedge maze, safely, on a little kind of stooly kind of thing, little plank of wood almost, but very specifically safe and sound and out of the way, along with your neatly folded clothes, before you manage to put the blindfold on. And you can tell she's taken care to do that. And you don the blindfold, and you feel more than one set of hands gently take hold of your hands or arms and guide you up a short set of steps and splash into warm liquid that's thicker than water but thinner than mud, until you're up to your waist. And then there's a feeling of a gentle tugging on your arms to make you take a seat.
Yeah, she follows along, and when she gets the urge to sit, or like the nudge to sit, she will sit.
There is then, very shortly, after you start to get comfortable-ish, a feeling of hands on your arms and on your shoulders, and they gently start to push you backwards to submerge you. And there's a pair of hands, familiar, Adago's ones, under your shoulder blades from the back of you, lowering you in.
Don't panic. Don't panic. And she's openly saying it. It's like a really soft under her breath though. And she went from being very comfortable to as stiff as a board, if that makes sense. Like feeling this just, it makes her uncomfortable, but there's a slight, like there's like a lot of trust being given. Like she knows that a day goes there, so she's like, okay, I can do this, and without freaking out too much. Like there's a few twitches and a few seconds where it's like she's going to lean forward again. But she puts all of her faith at that moment and just does what the Dago is guiding her and whoever these other people are.
And slowly you submerge. And just for a minute, we're going to cut back across to Nathan and leave you in some suspense. Nathan, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so you have been asked to go and deal with a problem. Are you going to go and deal with the problem?
I don't really have a choice.
I mean, there's always a choice. It's just not necessarily a good one.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I have to avoid more problems.
So you head out to the alleyway behind the gallery?
I don't have anything to commit a full death.
What, sorry?
Trying to think of how I'm gonna kill him.
She specifically did not say kill, by the way. If you're
Okay,
choosing
so
to
send him packing.
yeah, that was her words. Was get rid of him, not get rid of him. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
It was
all right.
get rid of him. Like, kick the shit out of him if needs be, get him out of here. Not murder.
Guess I should have specified out of the city, or yeah, or does he want fish boots? You gotta go.
So, are you heading to the alley?
Yeah.
Okay. There, in the alleyway, if you would care to look at people, is
There.
Wish.com Ryan Gosling
Oh God.
in a gold jacket, blue suit, piercing blue eyes, and immaculately coiffured platinum blonde kind of looking hair, catching what little light there is, looking fantastic, and still singing, "Oh, the troubles I've seen." So it's an incongruous sight because he's spotless, he's immaculate, he's a shining beacon of fashion sense in the midst of a dirty alleyway in the middle of New York. However elegant the building next to you might be, in this rotted vein of New York, it is still muck and dirt. And he has
Oh,
stood
cool.
there.
Something I'm used to. And that's who I gotta send packing.
You guess?
Okay. She didn't give me a name or anything. So.
Nope, she didn't.
All
But this
right.
is the only person in the alley, so.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, hey, owner says you gotta pack up and go, bud.
Oh, I can't. She's here. I have to be here for her. It's my calling. It's the deal, man. It's like,
You gotta go,
yeah,
man.
I
Nope.
can't. I can't.
Don't
You
gotta go
gotta.
home, but you can't stay here.
And he looks at you and says, "Oh, you're like me, man. You've been caught by her too. She likes us so much, man. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see."
Sir, I don't have melee.
That would be brawl if you want to punch him.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay.
I don't think I have that.
I say neither did I, and I still punched someone in the nose. You never know what happens. Try it.
Yep. Definitely.
Well, I was gonna ask if there was like a pipe leaning against a wall or something.
Almost certainly there will be. In fact, no. You know what it is? It's a wrought iron display stand. So the base has come loose from the actual pole. So it's about a 4.5 foot long piece of wrought iron.
Okay. I can lift that. I have 2 in strength. I don't
Yep.
have melee though, so.
Nope. You can just flail at him with dex.
Okay.
You just running up and giving him a good whack.
No, I'm just gonna pick it up and threaten and say, "Move on." I get out of
Can't.
here. I gotta get
Can't
ugly. I don't want
leave.
to get ugly.
I can't leave, man.
You have to.
I gotta stay for her. I can't leave. I can't leave. And the way he says can't very much gives you a vibe. Yeah.
What do you mean you can't leave?
I can't leave. I need to be around her, man. I would love it if you could make an intelligence plus occult roll difficulty 3, Nathan.
Okay, well, I don't have a cult, so just intelligence.
Yep. Wow, there
3
you go.
success.
3 successes. So, you have been a kindred long enough and engaged in real kindred society long enough that you have seen when blood bonds go wrong. This guy is oozing involuntary desire. He is enraptured. He is ensorcelled. He literally can't help himself but want to be here. And if anything is your guess, being an intelligent detective, he probably wants to be here because the person who just offered you to take a sip of her veins is in here.
Yeah.
And maybe
This
this
is
is
why
what
I don't drink
becomes
from
people
Kindred.
who do it. Yeah. He is jonesing. He cannot help himself. You know what blood bonds do. You've never necessarily been in one beyond the one to your sire that you can't avoid, because that's part of being created as a kindred. But this is something sustained. This is something strong, powerful, and slightly horrifying at its consequences.
How about you just come with me? No violence, no dumb shit. Just come with me. You're another Nos. I don't want to do anything to you, man. I can see clearly something's wrong. You're obviously stuck. I get
You're
it.
gonna give me some. You're gonna give me some of the good stuff, man. You're gonna give me, and he runs up to you, and you think from when it's almost violence,
What?
and he actually like almost stumbles to his knees and clings to your trouser legs and goes, "You're gonna give me the good stuff, man. You're gonna help."
Hey, whoa, bud,
Come on, man.
easy.
Come on. You can help. You can do it. You just take it.
No,
I don't
no.
mind. It's fine. I can help you, man. I know the city. I know the city real well. I know the people real well. You can just take it away, man. But give me more. Give me more.
Can I knock? Can you knock a kindred out? Like, is there a way to knock him unconscious?
Yeah, you can hit him in the head enough that he passes out.
Can I whack him one time with the damn thing just to knock him out?
You can try. So that would be Dex plus melee at difficulty 4, because he is clearly resisting you.
Wait, no, because I don't want him to run. I don't want him to crack head out on me and run. I have an idea.
Then go with your idea. Make a choice.
I'm trying to think of how to set it up so I can get it done and get him out of here. I don't have anything. You know what? Where we're going, where I'm gonna take you has what you're looking for.
Ah, man, I'm gonna stay here with her unless you're got the good
No,
stuff.
I need you to come with. Trust me, you'll fare better if you come with me. I promise.
You can make a charisma plus either leadership, persuasion, or leadership. Yeah, I think it's going to be leadership or persuasion. Actually, leadership or persuasion. And it will be difficulty 7 this time.
7.
You're trying to persuade him of something he clearly does not want to do.
I can see that. Leadership and
charisma.
Oh,
and bear in mind, you can use either. You can choose to use either leadership or persuasion. It is your choice of which.
Happen to mention, I can get you some pretty potent kindred blood. The place I'm taking you. Perhaps we can get what you're looking for. Huh?
You need to make the roll.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got you. Sorry.
You're okay.
Let's see. Leadership and charisma. That's a 5. All right. A 5 on a 7. Got it. Feel like I'm playing craps here.
Hey, not
True
too
success.
bad. There we go. He starts to go with you. He clings to you as you sort of gently shuffle him towards the alleyway exit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it'll be all right. You come with me. We'll get it done. I'll get you sorted out. I promise. You got my word.
I would love it. Are you? So first, importantly, I'm gonna guess that that's genuine. You do want to look after him.
I don't want to kill him. I thought that's what she meant at first, but I'm glad you clarified because I was about
Yeah. Top him off. Yeah. So, if you genuinely do mean, like, I want to look after you, right? Is that the case? Or,
We'll say it's just provider nature kicking in.
right, okay. In which case, I would like you to make charisma plus, where are you? Empathy's on the sheet somewhere, I'm sure. I'm not just being blind, am I, people?
It's under talents. It's like the
Yeah,
fifth or
that's
sixth
fine.
one.
I'm being a doofus on reading things right now. So yes, a charisma plus empathy, please.
Okie dokie, hold on.
At difficulty, we'll say 7.
Oh, okay.
You got
There it
this.
is. I can see everything.
See, Nathan can relate to this because he knows what it's like to be a junkie.
Yep.
He knows the bug. Like, he knows, like, not in the sense of Kindred, but, like, his background says that. So, empathy and...
Charisma, difficulty 7.
Okay. So that's off. Another 5 again. I gotta really spend some XP. One success. I'll take it.
That's fine. You do manage slowly, carefully, to coax him closer and closer to your car. And actually, every step you take away from the building, you feel his sort of. He still wants to go back, but you can feel in his body language that a certain tension is running out of him. And we're going to pause you there for a second and switch back to Clarabelle. Clarabelle.
Yes.
So you are submerged completely under this warm, viscous liquid by these hands, and you can feel them gently holding you down.
Mm-hmm.
And they stay there. And they stay there. How long does Clarabelle think she has before she needs to breathe?
Like, maybe 60 to 90 seconds.
Okay. Well, that time comes to, and you feel the mental urge to breathe, but you're still under the liquid.
So start struggling to try and get up and breathe.
And that is when you realize these ever so gentle hands are ever so strong in their collegiate strength, pinning arms, legs, shoulders, all into place, keeping you submerged as you struggle.
I'm assuming like they're holding my wrist and stuff, so there's no ability to be able to kick or anything. So it's like a severe panic, and I can't move.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm still gonna keep trying.
Okay.
Until either it clicks that I'm fine, or I start just getting, I guess, quote unquote, tired of trying, and then relax to realize that, hey, I'm okay.
You're not sure how much time passes, but I would love for you to make a self-control roll, please.
Oh boy, here we go.
At difficulty 10 for the obvious reason.
Difficulty who?
10. Because as far as you're concerned, you're human, and this isn't good.
I got butt fucked.
Well,
not a botch, but
you're
still, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you fail to retain your composure, understandably. You full-blown panic.
Mm-hmm.
But that panic seems to go on, and you feel the web around you
Mm-hmm.
vibrating angrily and resentfully and fearfully, and like it's unsure what's going on, and it's resonating with your panic. But eventually, even you start to go,
Wait a sec.
this is taking an awful long time. Like, the fuck? Like, I'm not drowning, and this is taking a while.
So logically thinking, I'm probably already passed out or dead.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'll stop
what would
struggling.
Carol
She'll just stop struggling and
stop
just
struggle?
kind of like when you finally give up and you realize like no matter how hard you try to swim to the top, you're not getting to the top, so you just start sinking down and she just stops. Like,
And the take a breath kind of vibe.
yeah, just a what?
So as you open your mouth to sort of say, huh? And let out that sort of weird, almost reflexive, like I'm supposed to be drowning gasp, but I'm
Yeah.
not. Suddenly, fluid rushes in. And it is like being struck by lightning. You feel power like you have never felt before flood into your body. It is astonishing. It is overwhelming. It makes you feel like you could rip the clouds from the heavens and stomp them under your heels. Make, please, a roll for your self control again at difficulty 8.
Aha, three. Three successes.
Fantastic. As you consume this power, as it floods your very being, a vision comes to you of 2 cards
Oh,
spinning in front of you. One is the ever familiar hangman,
motherfucking card.
and the other one is the 4 of cups.
Hey, give me a second. Freeze.
Okay.
You said the four of cups?
Yeah.
God. I am personally going to try just to fill my own head with it because she's supposed to know what these are.
Uh-huh.
Just because
Yes,
she
okay.
does it doesn't mean I do. Hold on, I got my tarot book. Hold on, I got my tarot book. Okay, if I could stop going by the page.
And it
Okay.
is upright, by the way. Frozen upright, wedged in place somehow.
Damn, that's a personal ass card. Anywho, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't it just? Uh, and you feel that you have to make a choice.
Oh man, I have to. Okay. What
Yeah.
do I have an idea of what choice I have to make?
So the distinction you get from Clarabelle's ingrained occult knowledge and spirituality and the web that is
Mm-hmm.
wrapped around her in this moment is the choice to continue down the familiar and stagnant path that is safe and warm but ultimately unchanged down the cups route, or to take on a vibrant new chaotic set of circumstances and to become untethered from the comfortable following the hanged man.
We're going to do what Mama Lilith says, and we're gonna follow the hangman. Obviously, it's
Okay.
time for a good old change. So, see what is in store.
Okay. As you do so, you see a series of visions. So give me a hot second here. Right? It is more like a flurry of impressions and sounds, like strobe lights and people's faces, inches from your own. You can't quite make out if the sounds are pleasure or agony, but you smell fresh herbs and spices. You can hear a Slavic voice and the smack of a cane against flesh. You can feel a model's ankle breaking as she trips on high heels. The smell of gasoline as you're lit on fire while tied to your bike. Being taken in when cold and alone and simply cared for in a warm, if Spartan, windowless room. And as the flashes speed into a blur, you can see a reflection of yourself, exulting, reaching out a hand towards you, trying to reach for you. And behind her, you see a vision of Nathan sheltering the figure of the impish, goblin-y guy that you saw, gently and with deep empathy guiding him to a car, take him to safety. And around Nathan, a constellation of cards that together collegiately means suffering and the lessons learned from suffering.
Damn.
Do you take the hand of your reflection?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. You wake almost, as it were, from a dream and find yourself able to stand unaided, and you feel vibrant and filled with energy. I would like you to fill your blood pool to maximum, please.
Yes, sir. All the way back to 11 we go.
Okay. Now, this is a moment of pause for an above game choice
Okay.
for you as a player. In this moment, Clarabelle clearly has two paths ahead of her. One, in which she, listens to the very loud clues that are in her life and acknowledges what may be going on. And what we do is potentially exchange one flaw for another.
Okay.
On the opposite end is Clara continuing a belief system that allows her to maintain the pretense to herself that she is not a vampire and that she may in fact be a god, because that's surely what blood sacrifices must mean if they make you feel like this. Which do you as a player want to continue with? Entirely up to you.
These are some hard choices.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
I'm invested.
Shit, so am I. It's my story. Uh,
Would you like a hot minute to decide while I go back to Nathan?
can I let the dice decide?
100%.
Okay, can I
So
use
it's up to you.
my occult to decide it to see if it aligns with
Yeah.
anything? Because she falls really heavy with Lilith. If it falls anything with that,
So,
use that.
so do you consider, this is the important part here, would you consider a success on your occult to be which side it? So succeeding is I'm a vampire, or succeeding is I am a god? which is, because obviously if you're going to roll dice, the mechanic's based on successes. So is succeeding representing successfully rationalizing, or is succeeding representing successfully figuring this shit out?
Can I leave that up to you? Like, I don't want to make that decision. I don't want to make that decision. I want it to be
Okay.
something that I have to. I guess as weird as it sounds, I low-key don't want the choice in it. I kind of want to have it played and see where it goes. So, is that an option?
Okay. Let me just have a think. Right. So,
Like, I'm so invested,
going
I
to-
don't want to lean any which way
okay.
personally
That's
myself.
I'm going to make the suggestion that we go with that succeeding means you figure it out.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say it's an intelligence plus occult roll, and it is difficulty 6, which is standard difficulty in V20. It is
Right.
considered the base level of difficulty, which, given the dearth of clues and your denial balancing each other out, I think is fair.
It actually is, because the pool is 6, the difficulty 6.
Oh, there, we're getting awfully consequential on numbers here.
If I get 6 successes, I'm laughing. Oh, she failed.
Okay, so here's my question. How did that make you feel that she failed? Disappointed or happy?
It's a weird mix. It's like, okay, so we're not pushing completely forward with the vampire yet, but there's still chance for her to piece it
Oh, you
together
can
on her
all
own.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of
However,
like, is it? But no, it's kind of like she doesn't believe it and she needs somebody to smack her in the face and tell her, if that makes any sense. Like, she's
yeah.
logically trying to go, there's no way, there's no such thing. They don't exist, because everything's always told her it doesn't exist. That she needs someone to go, hey, you dumb bitch, this is exactly what you are. Snap out of it.
So, what I'm going to suggest here, and as the player, again, this is your character, and I want to be very conscious of what we're discussing, okay, is that I'm going to suggest that your rationalization has reached an apex form of, I am obviously the chosen one, and the blood has restored me. And I think it is borderline delusions, potentially, at this point. Possibly delusions of grandeur, if that makes sense.
So
But it's up to you.
So I'm at the same space that my sire was trying to convince me that she was at. She's this high priestess that is specifically picked. Okay, I can play with this and use this. Hold up. I can play with this and use this, though.
Okay.
Not in a bad way.
No, that's okay. So what I'm going to tell you is you no longer suffer from the fugue.
Huh?
Unfortunately, you do suffer from delusions of grandeur.
Wait, my dimension changed?
Yes.
All right. Could
So you have undergone, you have undergone a significant psychological alteration, shall we say, born by your own horrifying desire to rationalize yourself in a narrative you are comfortable with, that your mind again shatters even further, separate from where it was, chipping away at the edges like a flint into a flint blade. Ever sharper, closer to the truth, but not quite there. And in this case, delusions of being the chosen one, of joining the ranks of those who are nigh on gods, has come upon you. Are we all good with that for now?
Yes.
Then I move on. Okay. So, as you sort of come to, the blindfold itself slips from your face, almost symbolically, and splats down into the warm, mixing blood beneath you, which Clara is now not denying is blood. You can tell, you can smell, you can feel its power inside of you. And as you look out, a smartly dressed man in a very dark black suit and purple shirt with slick backed hair is staring at you with a Dago by his side and a Asian woman who you've not seen before staring from behind his left shoulder, and he looks enraged. You have never seen a look that kill before. That look looks like it could rip the soul from your very body. It makes you feel real fear for the first time in a very long time. And you can hear that Odigo is whispering hurriedly into the man's ear. Would you please make a perception plus alertness, and you may reduce the difficulty thanks to keen senses if you wish to use keen hearing instead of smell. You may reduce the difficulty to hear what is being said from an 8 to a 7.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. One success.
Okay. You can hear weird echoes to Adigo's voice. You cannot make out the words that she says, but you can see how she is speaking in some way carries power or strangeness with it. Something odd is happening as she speaks. And then a moment later, it is like an off switch has been triggered in this man's head. Suddenly, there is no anger, and instead, a perfectly polite, superior smile slides into place almost mechanically and then settles in like it's always been there. To the point you almost question if what you saw just happened. But Adigo is still there, looking slightly worried, but ever more calm now that the man has relaxed. And he gestures dismissively and turns and leaves with his assistant, clearly the Asian woman in a suit who you've never seen before, and goes into the elevator and leaves. The rest of the Iron Cauldron, who have been gathered around, hurriedly grab towels and help you clean up, get changed back into your clothes,
Okay.
and show you to the elevator, where Adigo gives you a hug and says, "Text me later,"
I
before ushering you.
I just give her a nod and then quickly get into the elevator.
And you find yourself back in the Elysium. And what you notice very quickly is you don't really feel that overstimulated just now.
Feel better. Yay.
Yeah. And then the second thing you notice is it's really fucking late. You're not sure how long you were under
Oh shit, I gotta
in
get
that
home.
cauldron. And then the final thing that you notice as you stand there, reveling in the fact that one, you feel well again, but two, you are reminded of the fact that you don't feel fear right now.
Mm-hmm.
And fear is kind of a weird alien concept that back up in that room, your body knew enough to be afraid for you, even though your mind wasn't.
Got it.
Right? And you're able to make your way home unassisted and filled with vigor. And at this point, I'm going to swap back to Nathan. Nathan.
Yes.
You managed to get the Short King into your car. Okay? Do you take him to your RV?
No, I take him to Clarabelle's.
Clarabelle's, okay. You get to Clarabelle's. It is running because it's a shop. However, I would like it if you could make a perception plus investigation roll for me, please. Sorry, no. Investigation is wildly the wrong skill. I do apologize. Perception plus... So, perception plus streetwise, actually. But the difficulty is 5. Uniquely for you because of who you are.
5, 6.
Hey, there we go. That's much better. There we are. So, as you decamp the Short King out of your car near Clarabelle's, a shadow from a nearby alley catches your attention as being wildly out of place.
A what?
Because a shadow is wildly out of place.
Okay.
Because you yourself use this trick when you're watching people, and you look straight at where you know another Nosferatu must be standing.
Hmm.
And very shortly after, seconds, a person, steps backwards slightly from the light. And as it steps back, it breaks its use of the stealth disciplines that you are so familiar with from your own kind. But far from being a Nosferatu, as you expected, or at least one that you would recognize, a lovely looking young woman of mixed Asian and African American heritage, incredibly slim, in a grey suit, looking every inch the Toreador, beckons you with a look of relief in her eyes.
What kind of vibe do I get?
Let's see.
Am I able to pick that kind of thing up? Like, is that a thing I can do? Okay.
Perception plus empathy. Unless, do you have Auspex?
I don't have Auspex.
So perception plus empathy it is. And it would be difficulty 5. Because the words emotions on her sleeve right now.
Okay. 5 on 5. Wow. Like,
hey! 3 successes. Just 2 seconds. So,
pleading with the dice gods finally worked.
Apparently.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
As you look at her, you can see, like, she doesn't even have eyes for you. Really, she's looking at the Short King, and she looks devastated and extremely happy all at the same time. The kind of reuniting that is reuniting with a damaged loved one. And you are very deeply familiar with how that might feel from your own sort of self-examinations about your future.
Were they just waiting for me? Like they knew I was going? Something?
No.
Guess
well,
something?
It's hard for you to tell whether they were waiting here or if they've pursued you, but they are here when you manage to get him out the car, is the simple answer.
Does she approach?
Oh, she's in the alleyway waving you over to her.
Well, he'll stay alive if, like, I hope. I don't want him to be offed. Like, I'm weary.
Yeah. So what do you do?
I don't know this person. I know Claire. I was gonna bring her to Claire, but obvious emotions. I'm gonna approach him and find out random as hell. And I want to know standing over there near my friend. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
So what do
Sorry,
you do?
some big brother instincts are kicking at the same time. I'm gonna approach.
Okay.
I'm gonna approach.
Okay.
I know Andrew's
You
there.
Yep, you walk up. She sort of stands there, relaxed, like looking quite soulfully at the short king.
Can I help you?
Uh, I'd like to thank you for rescuing Franklin.
You know this woman,
Franklin
young
looks up
man?
at you and goes, looks up at you and goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's my sister. It's my sister.
Oh, your
Repping the nos,
sister.
man. Repping the nos, man. Repping the nos.
Hey, can't
And
fault you there.
she smiles endearingly, and she looks at you and goes, yeah, Toreador by blood, Nosferatu by adoption.
Got you. Okay. You know what? You don't need to explain anymore. If he's saying he knows you, I was trying to just, I had to get him away from the place. So,
Can you help me get him to our place?
what's your place?
She like holds up a really brand new phone, and shows you like a little like warehouse address on the opposite side of the river, actually not far away from your trailer park, but round the other side of the hook, that's at the bottom there, and it's just a warehouse address basically.
Okay. All right. That sounds interesting.
I'll ride on your roof. You can just drive.
Ride on my.
I'm used to cab hopping all the time.
Really? So you just hop from cab to cab while riding down the road. That's just wild. We might have to
Yeah,
get talking on some training one day. Okay. You want to go there, Franklin?
yeah. And Nathan looks at you, goes, "Yeah, sure, sure, sure. If you're gonna help with the stuff, help with the stuff, man. Yeah, gotta help with the stuff. Yeah,
Well,
it's all cool. We'll go, we'll go, we'll go."
all right. If not, I can take him straight into this shop. I know the people in here possibly can help him also. So, it's up to him.
Oh, he looks quite happy to go with the two of you.
Okay. Let's go.
And just gonna pop if I can find the right channel here. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize things as I go here.
He's being cautious. That's all.
Yeah, no, perfectly reasonable. I'm just trying to organize things so I don't have to
I
go
don't
back and
like
right. So,
this is interesting.
yeah, you he seems willing to go with her and wants to go with her. If you're willing to take him to this warehouse.
I guess. I mean, Nathan would probably rather take him into the shop,
It's up
but
to you.
if they're there to pick him up, I mean, can I take? What time is it? How much time do we have left before sunrise?
Oh, it's like maybe 1:30. You've got
Okay,
easily 4 or 5 hours.
give me some time with him because I promised to help him, and this is where I brought him to help him. So can I take him? We can leave in a bit.
Sure, I guess. And she just sort of fades back into the alleyway and vanishes. You can tell she is incredibly skilled at obfuscate.
Way to self-care, he says as he turns and walks away. And come on, we're going in here. I got somebody for you to meet.
Okay. So you head inside the shop. Who you're going to try and introduce him to?
I'm gonna ask if Clarabelle's available. Miss Clarabelle is available.
Yeah, so the shop assistant says, no, she's still out.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you then. Okay. Come on, Franklin. We're going. We're gonna go. We just
Okay.
gotta be at the other place.
Fair play. So
I'm
you
sorry.
drive Franklin to the other address?
Yep. Let's go. Let's get her done.
Okay.
He's safe from me, and he's away from Hot Cauldron. So now I just need to get him a fix.
Right. So he gets driven back to this warehouse in the warehouse district. You pull up, and the moment you pull up, suddenly the sister is there again. She's clearly been riding on the roof. Her hair is, despite all efforts, actually a little bit of a mess.
Sounds like a badass.
She is a little bit. I'm just trying to find a picture here. And she walks up to the door of the warehouse and makes a specific kind of knock. And a guy appears, and I'm just trying to find the right face claim here. Because this was a very specific selection that people very specifically made. Here we go. So the guy that answers the door is going to be popped into the people section. I suggest you look at it. It will have meaning, and if you want to relay that anybody to chat, you feel free, you can.
I see Franklin's sister.
And a very
Oh my
nerdy guy with
God.
glasses opens the door and goes,
It's like
"Hey,
Moranis.
hey guys, are you back? Oh my God, it's Franklin! Franklin's back. And he like panics. He sort of shuffles around to try and open the door, and also shuffle around to try and like unlatch it at the same time. Gets himself in a complete mess, and eventually, sort of with much clattering, banging, closing the door, reopening the door, and like pulling a broom out of the way for some reason, manages to get the door open. to a dimly lit, sparse warehouse, like wooden warehouse kind of interior. I think old New York style warehouse, made of wood, etc., and older materials, and like just lets you guys sort of saunter in the most sort of like shuffly velour tracksuit wearing kind of stuff.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Lewis. Who are you?
You can call me Sherlock.
Oh, cool. Sherlock. That's a cool name. And that's where we're gonna end it.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay.
So
You saved a
I'm
short
gonna
king.
yeah. Oh, well, so far.
Was trying to save him even more, but it didn't quite go that way. But hey, it's alright. We still have time. I'm not gonna give up on the guy. I know what it's like. Nathan knows what it's like.
And you were just leaving Elysium, I believe, Clarabelle.
Yeah, I was told that I didn't have much time, so yeah, I have to leave.
Okay. There we go. I'm just making that note in the out of character chat, just so we know where we are. So with that, another manic evening of characterful development is closed. I would also like to suggest you can both take 3 XP for your troubles, because some major character choices and development were done tonight. Very good job. Okay. And final question: are you both okay? How you doing? All good?
Fine.
That was a lot, but that
Yeah.
was
It was a lot. is the key message. So, what I will say is, if you guys want to meet in a post-stream, just quick catch-up, just to do basic check-ins, audience, I usually
holy
suggest
hell.
new storytellers do this after a big game, is just take 5-10 minutes to make sure your players aren't going to go away and fall over themselves and all sorts of other stuff, or have a panic attack. But we're gonna
Already
drop off.
having one.
We're gonna drop off stream, do some aftercare, and I genuinely hope our audience has had a really good time going on this journey with us, and in the ongoing trauma that is surviving in Iron, New York.
Ooh, thank you, James. Thank you.
No problem.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna leave a chat real quick. I'm gonna give everybody my goodbyes. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. And then I'm going to go meet up with Dad Knight, and we're gonna swap over to his channel if he still wants to do it, because it is his birthday today. If you don't know who he is, he's a really long time member of our community. So we're gonna go see if he still wants to do it, and then we're gonna hang out with him. But first, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna run back in real quick. I'm gonna get this video up on YouTube as soon as possible. Thank you guys for coming. I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you super duper duper enjoy it. And see you in a little bit. Bye.